Welcome to Bobby Dodd Stadium, Grant Field, Atlanta, Georgia. Tonight, an ACC matchup between the Clemson Tigers at 2-1 and the 1-2 Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Hello, everybody. Bob Neal with my buddy Ryan Stewart here. Ryan, this will be our third Georgia Tech game. Georgia Tech upset Auburn, then played Florida State very well, losing by only a point. Everybody excited, but the reality check is Tech is 1-2.
1-2 is exactly right, but they're probably the best 1-2 team in the country. Played very good against Florida State, very good against Auburn to get a victory, but they're going to have to come back on an emotional high right now to play this Clemson team that's pretty good as well.
On the other hand, Clemson's 2-1, but their only test was Georgia, and they lost 30-0. The pressure for Clemson tonight will be on the shoulders of Charlie Whitehurst, number 6.
You got a young quarterback in Charlie Whitehurst that's just a sophomore and that's playing a no-huddle offense. A lot of pressure, a lot of precision, a lot of pressure is going to be on Charlie Whitehurst.
And here is a young man, number 1, Aries Curry, 12 catches last week, a Clemson school record for receptions.
A lot of good receivers at Clemson, but keep in mind in the past 2 years, 65 snaps Mr. Curry has had versus the Yellow Jackets, not one ball caught. He'll have to change that today.
All right, here are the keys to winning for the Clemson Tigers.
The Tigers are going to have to establish a run outside their regular passing game because this defense of Georgia Tech is so good. They're not going to want them just to be having man-to-man coverage on their guys. Precise with the no-huddle as far as offense is concerned. Well, a lot of mistakes can be made when you're running no-huddle. Charlie Whitehurst will have to do a good job and keep those mistakes down to a minimum, and they're going to have to get Curry involved in the game. Like I said, he's been an offer for Georgia Tech when it comes to receptions. He'll have to change that this afternoon.
And for Georgia Tech, Reggie Ball, once again, the man under pressure. What a job he's done so far.
This guy is still 18 years old, played high school ball last year. If he can continue to get better and not digress in his play, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets will look pretty good.
And 54, Kieran Fox, Georgia Tech linebacker, leads the ACC in tackles.
Darryl Smith was expected to be the middle linebacker that started and just was the leader of this defense. Kieran Fox, with his play, has changed the tide, and he's the guy that everybody looks to when it comes to play calling.
And here are the 3 keys for Tech.
They've done a good job pressuring every quarterback they've played to this point, including Ricks last week. They're going to have to put some pressure on Charlie Whitehurst. They're going to have to establish the run. P.J. Daniels last week, had over 100 yards rushing. Reggie Ball, that is, going to have to control the tempo of this offense. And the special teams have played extremely well. 2 fake punts for completions, also a block punt for a touchdown. They're going to have to continue to help the defense and the offense with the special teams.
All right, and we'll be back in just a moment with the kickoff. Clemson Tigers, Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets from Bobby Dodd Stadium. Tech Yellow Jackets are going to receive. Clemson won the toss and deferred to the second half. And it will be Tommy Bowden trying to get his team at Clemson up to where he intended when he first came to the program. 5th year at Clemson. He's 31-21, 7th year as a head coach. One of the Bowden boys, Tommy Bowden, and his Tigers are 2-1 as they come in here to play the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And a man who must be very pleased with his football team, even though they're 1-2. I know he won't say he's pleased, but he should be. Anyway, 2nd year at Georgia Tech, Chan Gailey. His team's 1-2, played great, beat Auburn, and had played a whale of a game last week against Florida State. Here is the kickoff. Kenny Scott lost that in the lights or something and bobbled the ball. Let's see who has it. It is Georgia Tech. Kenny Scott, as he came up, number 2, as he came up there to catch the ball, Ryan, looked as though he had lost it.
Looked as though he lost the ball in the air, Bob, and that's never good, but you got to keep in mind that Kenny Scott is a freshman, and freshmen, they make those kinds of mistakes.
Here's the starting offensive line for Tech. Nat Dorsey and Kyle Wallace on the outside. Tidwell Neal at guard. Brad Honeycutt and Hugh Wallace, the senior leader of the Georgia Tech offensive line. The skilled players, as they like to call them, will have Jimmy Dixon at fullback, P.J. Daniels, who had 103 yards rushing. Curry, Smith, and Fashi are the starting receivers. Georgia Tech ball, 1st and 10 from their own 11. Short toss dropped by P.J. Daniels.
P.J. Daniels just slipped out just now after appearing that he was going to set up a block for Reggie Ball, but he dropped the ball that's right in his hands, and maybe that's a little pregame jitters, Bob.
Here's the Clemson defense. Good defensive line. J.J. Howard and Khalid Vaughn, both very good. Inside a little weak. Donnell Washington, DeJuan Polk, they have been vulnerable to the run. The Clemson secondary and linebackers are pretty good of themselves. Matter of fact, their best player on the team on the defensive team is John Leak. We'll look at the secondary when we come back. Right now, 2nd down, 10, Tech from the 11. Close to a first down goes Jonathan Smith. They will spot the ball right about the 20.5 yard line. Let's take a look at the Clemson secondary now. Here's, you need to read these words in here. You see Rover Jamal Fudge. That in effect translates to strong safety with Tour de Francis. I'm going to call him Tour de France. And Jamal Fudge, who has the candy company. There's all kinds of jokes going to come with these names tonight. The Clemson Tigers defense, as I say, is vulnerable to the run. They gave up 30 points against Georgia. So we'll see how much they are tested tonight. The measurement for the first down, it's going to be just short, so it's going to be third down. Very short yardage for Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech has not done well on third down conversions. As a matter of fact, on the season, Georgia Tech is converting only 22%. They are 8 out of 36, and that is last in the ACC. The numbers on Reggie Ball do not tell the story for this young man. His poise has been what is so important, particularly down at Florida State last week. And Reggie Ball had this Georgia Tech team driving for a potential game-winning field goal when he was intercepted at the end of the game last week. So there's no quit in him or the Tech football team so far. Third down, less than a yard for the Yellow Jackets, and he's going to keep it, Reggie Ball, and dive forward for the first down.
Very hard to stop that quarterback sneak like that when you only need a half a yard or so, and you've got an offensive line that's blocked very good like Georgia Tech's offensive line has so far to this point in the season.
All right, so it'll be a first down, and Georgia Tech started this drive at their 11. They've been able to hammer it out here to the 22-yard line for the first down.
Had a wide receiver screen that Jonathan Smith caught. Whenever the DBs line up 10 yards off, Reggie Ball will check to that, and it'll be successful every snap.
Reggie Ball will be checking to more and more plays as he gains more and more experience. Here is the handoff coming over to the left side. Not much yardage on that for P.J. Daniels. Give him only about a yard. Leroy Hill came up to make the play for the Clemson Tigers, and Leroy Hill is the leading tackler on this Clemson team. He has 8 tackles for loss. He also has 3 sacks. So you'll be seeing a lot of number 43 Leroy Hill for the Tigers tonight.
The majority of the runs will probably go to the left side of that line because it's anchored by all ACC, all everything for Georgia Tech, Nat Dorsey.
Second down 8 from the 24-yard line. Opening moments from Bobby Dodd Stadium. Here is a draw to Daniels, and down he goes at the 18-yard line. The first man back, John Leak, number 45. You see 97 Polk there too.
John Leak just saw an open hole in the gap and shot right through it. Saw it was a design run, came through the B gap and made the play. And John Leak's a good senior linebacker that picks up on a lot of keys, Bob. He's 6'1", 240 pounds, and guys like that know the game, they make plays like that behind the line of scrimmage.
So Tech now faces a third and long, third down 13 from the Tech 20-yard line. First possession of the night. There's the play fake, ball in trouble, scrambling out of it. He's going to go deep, has a man there, but there's defenders. What a catch! Unbelievable catch! Nate Curry. There is a penalty marker down. He made the catch at the 35-yard line. He made a great catch last week against Florida State also. It was Francis on the coverage.
A beautiful catch that's probably going to come back. Nate Curry at the last second got a sneaky little push in here that the referees were in good position to see. So, like you said, a beautiful catch, but at the same time, you can't use your hands to push off on the defensive backs. Yes.
Nate Curry. And it was only slight, so they're just going to call a slight penalty.
You know, they're going to slide it and bring it all the way back.
There's Tom Zamorski. He'll be the man in the white hat who will be telling us what the penalties are. Even though Nate Curry pushed off, he made an incredible diving catch for that ball. And here are the rest of the ACC officials calling this ball game tonight. The lead man, Tom Zamorski. So now it's going to be third down at the 9-yard line. So let's call it third and 23 after the penalty against Tech's Nate Curry for pushing off offensive pass interference. Dangerous spot here for Georgia Tech. Third and 22. Ball steps up into the pocket. He's going to run it out to the 10 to the 15 and out to about the 22-yard line. Gets up to the original line of scrimmage before number 45, John Leak, is there. And another flag flies.
Reggie Ball, like I said, he makes good decisions. I mentioned that in the open, and right here he's realizing that he has no one to throw the ball to that's open, so he decided to run and get as much yardage as possible.
After the play, personal foul.
Personal foul against Georgia Tech.
A few big penalties early in this ball game, and that's something that Chan Gailey's going to talk to his ball club about. Coming out poised and coming out and not letting the elements and the conditions get up under you. You have to play sound football, and getting penalties is not sound football.
All right, so Georgia Tech got away with one first down conversion, and Derek Hamilton will take the punt from Hal Higgins, number 13. Hal averaging nearly 40 yards a punt. Did not have a good game against Auburn, but an excellent game punting the ball last week against Florida State, and it had a lot to do. Just the referee just now getting to announce that penalty. Even though it occurred after the play, it'll still be enforced, and they move it back so that the gain out to the 22-yard line doesn't give him much room, and Hal Higgins will now have to punt out of his own end zone to a very dangerous punt return man, Derek Hamilton, number 21. He's averaging only 5 yards per punt return, but 30 on kickoffs. This is a beauty by Higgins. Hamilton fumbles at the 49-yard line. So both kick returners, the kickoff reception, and Clemson did cover that ball, and it's out here at midfield with great field position. So Kenny Scott fumbled for Tech on the kickoff, and Tech kept it. Let's take a look at the Clemson offensive lineup. They've been having trouble running the football. They have to rely on the pass. This offensive line, somewhat suspect, particularly in running the football. Henry, Johnson, Sharp, Bennett, and Walker. This will be first down 10 Clemson. As you look at the skilled players, Charlie Whitehurst, number 6, the quarterback. I've seen him 3 times, and I like this young man. He shows poise. He shows a big arm. Aries Curry can't get to it, and Curry was all alone because Reuben Houston fell down. Here's the defensive lineup now for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Eric Henderson and Jarris Wilkinson have been playing great for the Yellow Jackets on the outside. Travis Parker and Mansfield Ruggles in the middle. The Georgia Tech linebackers, the heart and soul of the defense, have been playing that well. Kieran Fox, leading tackler in the ACC. And the secondary has also been doing a good job for Georgia Tech. They'll be tested by Whitehurst and his receivers in Youngblood, Elliott, Curry, Hamilton. They're good. 2nd and 10. From the Clemson 49-yard line. Play fake. Whitehurst has time. Goes across the middle. It's picked off. Nobody was there, and Dennis Davis comes up with the interception and out to the 32-yard line, and that is the 6th Georgia Tech interception on the year. They lead the ACC in pickoffs.
Dennis Davis did a very good job of just sitting back in his zone, and Charlie Whitehurst must have had some miscommunication with his wide receivers because that ball was nowhere to be found near anybody. He really wants to have it, and Dennis just made the very easy play, secure the catch, and it's another turnover for this defense that has played extremely well, Bob.
There's Georgia Tech's defense, ranked 2nd in the ACC in total defense. They're 1st in the ACC in yards allowed per game at only 72 rushing the football. They're also 1st in interceptions, 2nd in sacks. We'll talk more about John Tenuta, their coordinator, who's a lot to do with this. I'll tell you what, the middle of that defensive line, John Leake stepped up there to tackle P.J. Daniels. The word is, and the visual check on it is, that Clemson's defensive line is soft in the middle, but they haven't shown that here so far.
They hadn't shown that so far. They've been stuffing the run, and the linebackers just now. Leroy Hill made a great play. The linebackers are doing a good job of reading those blocks and seeing where the guys in front of them are, protecting them, and they play right off of them and make big plays behind the line of scrimmage.
So Tech with the ball now with a 2nd down and 11, a loss of 1 on that play for Daniels. Handing off to the front man in the eye, Jimmy Dixon, the fullback. He didn't get much either. So Tech's running game not doing well early on. J.J. Howard made the stop for the Clemson Tigers, and once again Tech is going to have a 3rd down and long. But Ryan, this is what Tech wanted to do, was establish a run.
They're going to have to try to establish a run. They're pretty confident in Reggie Ball's arm. He throws the ball down the field well and throws screens and little out passes to the running backs well. If they can establish a run, that's going to open up Reggie Ball with his running ability as well as his good, strong arm.
Georgia Tech with 3 wideouts in, 2 to the right, 1 to the left on this 3rd down 10 from the Tech 32-yard line. Clemson in that standard 4-3 look. Excellent protection, and it was intended for Jonathan Smith, and Toure Francis stepped in front of that ball, had an opportunity to intercept it, but he knocked it down, and Tech will have to punt it away again.
It's a third down, and a lot of the smart defensive backs in the ACC, instead of making a play on that ball on the third down, if you miss it, the receiver's probably going to catch it and take it the distance. He made a good decision just now when just knocking that ball down to put his special teams on the field.
Once again, number 21 is Derek Hamilton, who returns punts and kicks for Clemson. Wide out. Here's a high, shorter punt. Let's see which way it's bouncing. Getting a Tech bounce. Rolling inside the 25 to the 30-yard line. So Hal Higgins didn't hit it that well, but it did get a good Georgia Tech bounce from a Yellow Jackets viewpoint. Clemson will have it 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line from Bobby Dodd Stadium. So Clemson 1st down 10 from their 30. Whitehurst out of the shotgun this time. Has some time. Gets it out to the right side. It is incomplete. That pass intended for Browning, number 28. So that'll be 2nd down 10 for the Clemson Tigers. We have a scoreless game here from Bobby Dodd Stadium with 9:51 to go in the first quarter. Again, Clemson in that no huddle. There's Whitehurst last week. Derek Hamilton is caught in the backfield for a loss of about 4 or 5 yards. You see Wilkinson down there. He was the first man back, but so Travis Parker in on the play. Gerald Wilkinson showing some quickness, just like Eric Henderson, who's on the other end of that defensive line.
He's got his big old arms wrapped around him.
So Clemson has that spread offense, 3 receivers right, 1 left on a 3rd down and 13 from the Clemson 27. Whitehurst hit as he throws. It is complete to Hamilton. Hamilton is going to come up short of the 1st down unless they give him the spot for going ahead with it. I believe they're going to make him about a yard short of the 1st down, and Whitehurst took a lick.
Defensive coordinator John Tenuta had a blitz called, and Ke'Aaron Fox came through with the speed that he has and got a very good legal shot, I have to add, a legal shot on Charlie Whitehurst.
And Clemson is deciding not to risk a 4th down conversion here at their own 39-yard line. So in to punt for the first time tonight, Cole Chasen, a 6-foot-tall freshman from Roswell, Georgia.
The way Georgia Tech's defense has played, especially the defensive line, the last thing you want to do is go for it on your 40 with a 4th and 1.
Here's the punt. Jonathan Smith comes up, number 21. He's at his own 24, cuts it up to the middle, gets about nothing. Let's give him a donut on that return, and that's where Tech will have it 1st down 10 at the 24-yard line. Here's this storied series between Tech and Clemson. Tech leads it overall 43-22-2. Last year, Clemson won by 5, but the previous meetings, 11 of the last 13, as you see, have been decided by 5 points or less, 9 3 points or less. So that's how the games go between these two. Clemson, of course, just up the road from Atlanta, just inside the South Carolina line off I-85, the beautiful village of Clemson. 1st down 10, Georgia Tech from their own 27. Scoreless game, 8:20 to go, 1st period. Ball with a quick toss out to the right side, and Tech's going to get 5 or 6 yards after the catch is made by Nate Curry, number 5. The play made by Toure Francis.
Very good wide receiver screen ran by Georgia Tech. You see that quite often where the slot guy will release outside and the guy on the outside blocks down on the defensive back. You get good yards on that, just like Georgia Tech did just now, looking at a 2nd and 4.
And this will give Georgia Tech an option on what to do on this play. They can run or pass because it is 2nd down and only 3 yards to the Georgia Tech 34-yard line.
And Chan Gillies talked about how establishing the run is going to be very important for his Georgia Tech offense.
Meaning you think they'll probably run?
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't going to say it.
You think right. Daniels gets close to the 1st down. See where they give him his forward progress. P.J. Daniels on the quick opener right up the middle behind Hugh Riley and Tidwell Neal, Honeycutt. Trey Tate, 92, made the play for Clemson.
A very good counter where he's cutting back on the outside. And one thing about P.J. Daniels, he's the guy that after he takes a shot from a defensive lineman or defensive linebacker, he continues to move his feet, and that's what gave him the extra push to get the first down for the Jackets.
So they'll mark the first down right at the 37-yard line. P.J. Daniels on the season, 49 carries, averaging 4.3, 2 touchdowns, one of them a 47-yard touchdown run against Florida State in the third quarter last Saturday night.
He's got to have some confidence with this running game. If you put up numbers like that against the Florida State Seminoles, you're doing a good job.
And Daniels will try it again, this time outside the 40-yard line to about the 41 goes P.J. Daniels.
Chan Gates decided to allow center Hugh Riley as well as right guard Brad Honeycutt to get a lot of action. They're running off tackle plays and inside plays, and they're cutting it back to allow those guys to open up some holes.
There's Chan Gailey, the head coach of Georgia Tech. He does the play calling. He said he would allow Reggie Ball to check off and make more plays from the line of scrimmage as he gains experience, but this is only the 4th game of Reggie Ball's collegiate career. He hasn't yet turned 19. Look at that arm. He rifles it in, but it's short hopped into the arms of Nate Curry, and the officials wave that off as incomplete. But does this young man's only 5'11". He has a strong arm, Ryan.
He's got a real strong arm, and just now was a little timing pattern between him and Nate Curry. He kind of released the ball just a tad bit early before Curry got into his break. They were looking for some early success on the quick slant, but he threw it short.
So now Tech with a 3rd down 6. Beautiful evening here at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta. At game time, 84 degrees, but the humidity only 39%. Very
That's good
pleasant
football
evening.
weather. That's good football weather.
You bet. Under some pressure, it was a setup screen. Well played by the Clemson defense. John Leak, number 45 for Clemson, had it all the way. So Georgia Tech once again does not convert on 3rd down.
When you've got senior linebackers, they pick up on tendencies, and they saw the offensive lineman just now stacking and allowing them to come through as they rolled out. Leak read screen, played his thoughts and his ideas, and went right to the play and stopped him for a loss.
Al Higgins in for his 2nd punt of the night. Really hit this one. It's going to drive Hamilton back to about the 16-yard line. Tech coverage is there. Hamilton with a lot of speed, trying to get some help. He turned the corner. Hamilton with a tremendous punt return. Flags are down, however, and Derek Hamilton is down at the 42. A penalty marker is on the field, and Hal Higgins had to come up to make the tackle for Georgia Tech.
Talk about pointing out your blocks as you're returning a punt. What a beautiful job just now on the return. But when flags are back there like that, and you got a running back, or I'm sorry, a punt returner that's cutting opposite sides of the field and stuff like that, is usually a holding call.
Yeah, it's an illegal block, same difference. Illegal block in the back is the call against Clemson. Nullifies an exciting punt return. We'll be right back to Bobby Dodd Stadium. 5:31 to go in the first quarter. No score.
Hey, kid.
There's Charlie Whitehurst, his dad, David, an NFL player, former NFL player. Charlie is 2 for 5 with 1 interception for only 9 yards so far in this game. Here is the handoff to the tailback. That's Coleman. Coleman showing some quickness, and he dives all the way out here to the 28-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Dwayne Coleman, 5'10", 190-pound. He's from Naples, Florida, a sophomore.
Small guy just now that bounced it outside, and the Georgia Tech defense did not do a good job of keeping contained. That's what allowed him to get so many yards.
Yeah, Coleman weighs about 190, but however, I think he weighs about 185, and he has 5 pounds of hair.
Hanging right out the back of his helmet. Can't even see his name because of it.
Curly locks. You call him that, though. I don't think I'll try it. Dwayne Coleman showing some acceleration. That's a first down. 1st and 10 from the 28 now. Whitehurst with the play fake. He can't find anybody. Going to have to keep the ball, and down he goes. That's going to be about a 4 or 5 yard loss as he had to turn up number 56, Eric Henderson, back there for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Step back just now, was very unsettled in the pocket. Charlie Whitehurst jumped around, and whenever you do that, you're not even thinking about throwing the ball. And Eric Henderson, a guy that has made big plays the entire season, is there to make the sack.
2nd down 13. So both of the defensive teams have been the dominators in this game thus far. It is scoreless. 4:34 to go in the first quarter from the shotgun. Whitehurst quits toss. That's to Aris Curry, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Eric Henderson, defensive end, doing a good job, doing exactly what he's supposed to do. When you're rushing up the field and you realize that the ball is gone, you keep contained and stay inside, and Henderson makes the play right at the line of scrimmage.
Look at how young the Georgia Tech defensive line is. 3 sophomores, those redshirt sophomores, and a freshman. Brotto weighs 300 pounds. They're quick, however. Bobby Bowden said last week, "Dadgummit, them Tech defensive linemen are quick." Dadgummit. Whitehurst releases it out to the left side on a screen, and Ather Brown got over there to make the play on Dwayne Coleman.
Ather Brown's a junior, redshirt junior. He did a good job of making an open field stop just now. That's a very difficult play. So what he did was decided to use his sideline and push him out of bounds before he could get to the first down mark.
So now Clemson will have to punt the ball again. Cole Chasen comes in. His last punt of 38 yards. Number 21, Jonathan Smith for Georgia Tech. Here's the punt. It's a line drive. Jonathan's going to take it on the fly at the 25. Needs to break one tackle, but Clemson's there. He broke the first and the second, and then down goes Jonathan Smith. Tech will come out with the ball from the 25-yard line. 3:41 remaining in this first quarter. And there is a penalty marker on the field. This is taking longer than a meeting at the UN.
Those meetings take extremely long time at the UN.
Here's Tim Zamorsky, the referee.
Holding against the receiving team. It's a previous spot enforcement, 10-yard penalty will result in a first down.
So that is going to give Clemson a first down and will keep their drive alive.
Penalty-wise, Chan Gailey has to be disappointed with how his ball club has started things off in the first quarter. You've got 3 yellow hankies on the ground, and all of them have been costly penalties.
So that penalty will spot the ball now at the 38.5-yard line of the Clemson Tigers. Scoreless game, clock down to 3:41 to go in this first period. They'll move it up from the 41, where it was spotted, to the 45-yard line, and that will be first down 10, Clemson Tigers. Again, using that no-huddle offense. Whitehurst likes to play out of the shotgun. He's 4 of 7 so far for 19 yards and an interception.
He comes into the ball game throwing 6 TDs, so he's done very good for Tommy Bowden and the Clemson Tigers.
On a roll to his right to buy some time, he finds Kevin Youngblood, number 17, and Youngblood gets inside Tech territory to the 43-yard line before Dennis Davis, number 25 for Tech, knocks him out.
Kevin Youngblood's a very tall, lanky receiver that has good wheels, can run very well, and they just roll out and realize that the coverage is off of him and get him the ball and allow him to do what he does, and that's make good plays in the open field.
So the deepest penetration by either team tonight into the enemy's territory at the 42-yard line of Georgia Tech, first down. Whitehurst now 5 of 8, 32 yards. Play fake on an end around. It's Reese Curry, it's Hamilton who has that speed, and Hamilton penetrates the 30 down to about the 27-yard line, and Clemson with another first down. James Butler came up to make the play, and Ryan, Clemson moving the ball much better against Tech than Florida State did last year.
They're doing it with a lot of misdirection, and also they're doing it with some trick plays. Just now you see the reverse coming back around, and you got a defensive end that miscontained and allowed Mr. Hamilton to make a good play.
As you see, there's one freshman on that Clemson offensive line, but the bookend tackles are both grad students.
Wow.
They're 23 and 22 years old, respectively.
Like men playing with boys out there.
Whitehurst is going to hand it off about 3 yards on the play for Dwayne Coleman. He'll get to the 25-yard line. 3 minutes to go, first period. Scoreless game. Darrell Smith came up to make the play for Georgia Tech, the middle linebacker. He's the 235-pound senior from Albany, Georgia, and really a leader on this Tech defensive unit.
You can't ask for better leaders than Kieran Fox and Darrell Smith. They're really the anchor that holds this entire defense as well as this team on their back.
Second down and 7. The coach is calling in a change from the sidelines to Whitehurst. He picks that up. He's calling it out. Plenty of time, though, on the play clock. Still 10 seconds left. Whitehurst gets rid of it. Was that caught? Yes. They're going to spot that at the 20. That was a nice grab by 83 Tony Elliott.
Apparently they picked up on the blitz just now and decided to check and go right at those guys. That's what you do whenever there's a blitz. You throw right where the blitz is coming from, and he completed a very good pass. DeJuan Landry was the strong safety that was trying to make the coverage stop, and he missed the ball.
On a 3rd and 2 from the Tech 20-yard line, Clemson has elected to call a timeout with 2:05 to go in the first quarter from Bobby Dodd Stadium. Scoreless ball game. Clemson first, 3rd down and 2 from the Georgia Tech 20-yard line. They called a timeout to make sure they had the play in here they wanted. Critical 3rd down conversion for the Tigers. First team to threaten in tonight's ball game. Whitehurst is going to throw it. It is complete to Hamilton, and Hamilton is thrown down right at the 5 or 6 yard line. Make it of Tech. Dennis Davis covering, and this is what Whitehurst is so good at. And this is what makes the no huddle so difficult to cover. It's the quick passes.
You have to make a quick decision when you're running a no huddle. You have to find your open guy. He did that just now. Reuben Houston, the cornerback that was defending the play, allowed him to get outside of him. That's why the pass was completed.
Georgia Tech has given up only 2 touchdowns in their last 2 ball games, none to Auburn, and 2 second-half touchdowns last week to Florida State, and now being threatened here at 1st and goal at the 6 yard line. Here is the handoff down to about the 3 yard line to Chad Jasmine, the fullback. 5'10", 225 from Letchery, Louisiana. Travis Parker made the stop for Georgia Tech.
A regular old fullback draw, fullback lead where Whitehurst steps back as he's going to pass the ball, but he doesn't pass it, hands it off to the guy, and he takes off into the line. That's a good little gain for a 1st down play.
2nd down goal from the 3. Jumbo formation, double tight ends in there for the Tigers. Play call coming in. We have 2 fullbacks in there, Cliff Harrell and Jasmine. So this is jumbo. Here's the pitch to Jasmine, and he's going to lose about 3 yards on the play. Juan Landry came up, number 20, and Cox, 23, came up to make a beautiful play for Georgia Tech.
One thing about the toss plays when you have when you got the ball in the red zone is it's like the speed of the defense can string it out all the time, and that's what happened just now. They didn't give him an opportunity to turn upfield and get towards the end zone.
So it'll be 3rd down goal from the 6 now for the Clemson Tigers. They're putting 3 receivers out to the left side, Elliott, Hamilton, and Curry. Youngblood's out wide to the right side, out of the shotgun. 3rd down 6. A lot of receivers out there for Whitehurst. Goes into the end zone. It is incomplete. Hamilton couldn't hold on to it, else it would have been 6 for the Tigers.
If you ever want to get a play back as a player, Derek Hamilton, number 21, is dying to have that one back. Whitehurst put the ball right in the numbers at the back of the end zone. You couldn't ask for a better pass play, but maybe it was so easy. That's why he dropped it and put it on the turf.
Aaron Hunt is the Clemson kicker. He wears 19. Aaron Hunt had a good year last year, but he's only 1 of 4 this year. This should be a chip shot, however. This will be a 23-yard field goal attempt. And it's good. And Clemson takes the lead in this game with just over a minute to go in the first period from Bobby Dodd Stadium. Tech's defense does hold the Tigers out of the end zone, so their record of holding teams, this will be now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this will be 9 quarters that Tech has given up only 2 touchdowns.
Good quick math, Bob. I like how you do that just now. I want to talk about that last play just for a second if I could. Derek Hamilton dropped the ball in the end zone. He was wide open. Reese Curry also wide open in the end zone. Charlie Whitehurst had just goo-gobs of guys that he could have thrown the ball to just now, and he chose to throw it to Mr. Hamilton, but he dropped the ball.
Yeah, well, Derek is usually sure-handed. Again, he's the kick and punt returner. Reese Curry was over there on the left side of your screen, number 1, open, but nevertheless,
it's a victory for the Tech defense. They find ways to keep guys out of the end zone, and that was nothing that they did. That was just a drop pass, but it's all the same.
Jad Dean, number 7, is the freshman, true freshman kicker from Greenwood, South Carolina for the Clemson Tigers. And Georgia Tech has back deep. Number 25, Dennis Davis. And number 2, Kenny Scott. Scott bobbled the kickoff on the original kickoff to start this game, but Tech did fall on it.
In the past 3 games, Kenny Scott has bobbled a couple of balls when it comes to the return game, but they're sticking with the young freshman.
13 plays, went 77 yards in 4.5 minutes and got the 23-yard field goal. And early in this game, Charlie Whitehurst is 7 of 11 for 51 yards and 1 interception. Reggie Ball has only attempted 6, completed 3 for only 12 yards. Scott gets it this time at his own 8. Scott cuts up the middle and outside the 20 to about the 21 or 22-yard line, and down he goes. Here, Tech will try to get on the board. They have 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the first period from Bobby Dodd Stadium.
It's been obvious that Buddy Geist, the offensive coordinator, as well as Chan Gailey, have attempted to establish the run in their first couple of series on offense. Maybe they're going to open things up now and allow Reggie Ball to go to the air with his strong arm.
Well, Reggie has 2 rushes for 14 yards. P.J. Daniels has 5 rushes for 4 yards total. And Dixon had 1 carry. It was for 2 yards. So the Tech rushing game has not worked at all in this first half. You see the total yards, 76 to 32. And this time, Reggie Ball is going to go down, and he was taken down by 97 DeJuan Polk, the senior from North Carolina.
Reggie Ball took a regular 5-step drop just now, and the pocket closed extremely fast, and before he could run with the ball, the Clemson Tigers were all over him.
They're going to spot it right at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd down 10 coming back, and Georgia Tech's rushing game again not going anywhere. That was an unintentional rush, I promise you, by Reggie Ball.
Sometimes that'll happen in the heat of a ball game like this.
20 seconds to go in this first period. Clemson in front, 3-0. Reggie rolling for some time, has a man. It is complete to Jonathan Smith and out of bounds for the biggest play of the night for Georgia Tech near the 45-yard line to Ray Francis trying to cover Jonathan Smith. Francis, number 26.
You see the strength of the young Reggie Ball with his arm strength just now. 3 defenders around Jonathan Smith as Reggie rolls out to the right side. He puts it right where only his guy can get to it, and Jonathan Smith makes a great catch. They're going to have to find ways to allow Reggie Ball to work outside of the pocket, use his strength, use his speed, and use his arm strength.
And now Jonathan Smith with 15 catches on the season. 1st and 10 from the 45. Little operating room here as the pitch goes to P.J. Daniels. He picks his way past the would-be tacklers and scrambles his way up to near midfield where John Leake made the play for Clemson. That's the last play of the first quarter. Clemson leading 3-0. Ready to start the second quarter here from Bobby Dodd Stadium. In the first period, Tech had the ball 8 minutes 44 seconds. Clemson 6-16. Clemson had 6 carries for 25 yards. Tech 6 for 25, but Clemson was getting their yardage in the air with 51. Here's a handoff to P.J. Daniels, hit in the backfield. These Clemson linebackers are fast. That was Leroy Hill from Haddock, Georgia on P.J. Daniels. There's Hill, 43. John Leake, 45. They are really tough in the middle.
Talk about wanting to shoot the gap, and you can see Leroy Hill just read this play from the minute the ball was snapped, saw the gap, shot through it, and made the play behind the line of scrimmage.
And once again, Georgia Tech's going to have a 3rd down and long. 3rd down 7. You see Hill trying to get the Clemson fans here at Bobby Dodd Stadium. Clemson not far away, and a lot of orange T-shirts and shirts and jackets and such. Caps, I guess, too. Let's throw caps in there, in the stands. Here is Ball, has some time. It is picked off by Clemson right at the 43-yard line, and John Leake stepped up in front of that ball. 45 Leake with his first interception of the year.
John Leake did a good job dropping back in his zone, stayed inside of his receiver, and Reggie Ball thought he could squeeze it in, but he was not able to, and Leake was there to get the tip and also secure the catch for the interception.
Yeah, he threw right into really good coverage. It was intended for Mark Logan, 12.
Reggie Ball was hoping that Mark Logan would release out just a little bit faster, and Logan kind of stumbled on his own feet, and that's all it would take for a big-time player to make a big-time play, which was made just now for Clemson's defense.
Charlie Whitehurst, 7 out of 11 for 51 yards. Sets the Clemson Tigers at the 43, where it is 1st down 10. following the John Leake interception. Play fake, Whitehurst throwing, has Derek Hamilton open at the 25, breaks out of one and then two tackles, and finally dragged down at the 10-yard line of Georgia Tech. Charlie Whitehurst is really impressive. Derek Hamilton, his go-to guy, made the reception.
Derek Hamilton did a very good job just now. It was a play-action pass, so the linebackers got sucked in thinking that it was going to be a run, where Derek Hamilton split the seam and split the safeties to get wide open in the middle of the field. And like you said, Bob, Charlie Whitehurst put it right where it needed to be.
Derek Hamilton, 14 catches. He has 2 TDs, 14 coming into the ball game, and 4 tonight, so he has 18 on the season now. First down 10 from the 10. Clemson leading 3-0 opening moments of the second quarter from Bobby Dodd Stadium. Handoff goes for a couple of yards, not much more.
The Georgia Tech defensive line is doing a good job of trying to control the line of scrimmage. The team that gets the lowest is the guys that's going to control that line of scrimmage, and Georgia Tech does a very good job of doing that.
Yusef Kelly was the ball carrier. That's his first carry of the year. He's been out with a groin and back injury. He's the leading returning rusher, number 5, so he's back for Clemson. This is second down goal from the 9. Charlie Whitehurst getting a checkoff play from the sidelines. He doesn't like it, doesn't get it straight. He's going to call a timeout. You see Charlie not very happy with that late change of play call that came from the coaches on the sideline. So Clemson leads at 3-0 with 13:05 to go in the first half, but are threatening inside the 10-yard line of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Passing game from Charlie Whitehurst and Clemson. He's 8 of 12 for 98 yards, including that 47-yarder that he threw moments ago to Derek Hamilton. I want to talk about the John Tenuta defensive scheme for Tech and the difficulties against this no huddle when we have a chance here. It's second down goal now. Kyle Browning in the backfield. That's Curry in motion. Whitehurst lobbing it into the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Ben Hall. Make it, check that. It was 83, Tony Elliott, who made the reception for the touchdown.
The two look just like a 3, Bob. It's understood, and Reuben Houston was the defender back there in the corner. Tried to swat at the ball, but that's the chance you're taking. You have to defend that play better than that, and just like you mentioned, Tony Elliott did a good job of going up and wanting that football, so he's the one that got the touchdown.
Tony Elliott with his first touchdown catch of the year. The point after is good, and Clemson leads Georgia Tech by a score of 10-0 early in the second quarter here. The big play on that drive, the 47-yard pass completion to Derek Hamilton. So Tony Elliott, at only 6 feet tall, just battled that ball away. I thought Tech might even have an interception here with Reuben Houston.
Reuben Houston had poor position. When you're in the red zone and you're on the goal line, actually in the end zone, you cannot defend a pass if you're behind the wide receiver. Tony Elliott had the position, and that's why he came up with the big play.
And got his first TD of the season, and Clemson leads 10-0 here.
The way Reuben Houston has played all season long, Bob, he usually finds ways to get those balls, at least knock them down, PBUs, pass breakups, or he walks away with an interception, but he was not able to do that just now.
You see, that came from the John Leake pass interception off Reggie Ball. It was only 3 plays, 57 yards, and 114. And the big play, as I said, 47-yard pass completion to Hamilton. Now Jad Dean will kick off, and Tommy Bowden has this team moving. You know, however, he had a lot of preparation help. There's his dad, Bobby.
Right.
Jeff, who's also a coach down there.
Don't forget Terry.
Terry at Auburn.
Yeah.
All have seen Georgia Tech, so don't tell me the family doesn't have a few phone conversations.
Talk about a football family. It gets no bigger than the Bowden clan, I like to call them. And they can pick up the phone, and they've all had experience when it comes to the Yellow Jackets in their coaching ranks.
Chad Dean with the kickoff, and Scott's going to take it in the end zone. He bobbled that one, but he'll touch a knee down, and Tech will come out to the 20. So both teams have fumbled in this game. That's not a fumble, of course, but one time, but neither team has lost it. And now Reggie Ball steps out here. Reggie is only 4 of 8 with the interception for only 35 yards, and This is the first time I think that I've seen in the first 3 ball games that Reggie Ball, while not shaken, has not been quite in control of the game.
Yeah, you find that with the young quarterback. He's still learning as he's playing right now. He's learning on the move with this Georgia Tech offense, and you just hope that he'll be able to settle in after the big turnover that led to a score for Clemson.
He's going to the air on first down, decides not to. He tucks it. He's not going to get anything. He's going to lose about 3 or 4 yards. The pressure from Clemson coming hard. Donnell Washington, 96, the man who made the play. And as you look at the newly renovated Bobby Dodd Stadium, Grant Field, 55,000 here now, and it's the oldest on-campus stadium in Division 1A. The Tech record, 405 wins in these hallowed stadium seats on this Grant Field. It was always known as Grant Field until it was named Bobby Dodd Stadium recently. Second down, 12. Quick toss out to the left side. That is complete to Jonathan Smith. Jonathan Smith breaks 1 tackle, gets a total of about 6 or 7 yards on the play out near the 25-yard line before 24, Jamal Fudge makes the tackle for Clemson.
Every time you see the defensive back playing 10 yards off of any wide receiver, not just Jonathan Smith, Reggie Ball's going to check it at the line of scrimmage and go right to that wide receiver screen. You pick up good yards, and now you're looking at a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6.
3rd down 5 officially from the 25-yard line. Georgia Tech has struggled on 3rd down efficiency all year, only 1 of 5 here tonight. That's Curry in motion. Tossed out here, incomplete. It was intended for 83 tight end Darius Williams. The Tech tight ends are not really part of the offense here very often. Eric Simpson covering on the play. And Clemson's going to get the ball with good field position once again, leading by a score of 10-0.
John Paul Fasci, which is the starting tight end for the Yellow Jackets, after Darius Williams dropped that pass, came to him and gave him a good push. Like, listen, man, we don't get the opportunity to catch these balls, so every time they throw into you, you got to secure the catch. So we talked to him as the leader of this offensive team.
There's the Hal Higgins punt. Tech's going to let it roll down to the 30-yard line. So Clemson leading at 10-0 with 11:20 to go in the first half. Tommy Bowden, a good game plan against Georgia Tech here tonight. That no huddle is a change for Tommy Bowden. Actually, this year, he wanted to establish the run coming into this season. Didn't do it well, decided he was going to the short passing game, and it has proven to be very successful.
If you can't establish a run and you don't have the running backs or the personnel to do it, what better to do than use your wide receivers, because that's the strength of your ball club and this offense. They got tons of guys to throw the ball to. Put 3 or 4 of them out there every snap. Let your quarterback, who's done a good job to this point throwing the ball, let him throw it to those guys with the no huddle. It's very hard to defense.
Whitehurst 9 of 13 for 107 yards and a TD, 1 interception. He's going to the air again. Good footwork, going very deep, looking for Youngblood. What a grab by Youngblood, and he's down at the 25-yard line. Cox trying to cover on the play, but Youngblood made the grab. Kevin Youngblood, number 17, the senior from Jacksonville.
One-on-one coverage out there. Like you mentioned, Cox couldn't get himself in position, kind of overplayed it and ran behind the wide receiver, something you don't ever want to do as a defensive back. You got to stay in front of the defender, and Kevin Youngblood comes up with the big play.
At the 25-yard line of Georgia Tech, first down 10, Tigers. They have Coleman and Jasmine in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left side. Look at those numbers. 151 yards passing. Penalty marker goes down.
A lot of movement on the offensive line as Charlie Whitehurst tries to get the call from the sideline to relay it to his troops.
You know, that's what you were talking about before the game. When you play no huddle and have to get those plays called in on the fly, 2 things can happen. One is this kind of procedure.
Yes.
This kind of call, procedure call, and fumbles and turnovers.
Exactly. It's a very precise offense, and it's very hard to run. There's a lot of room for error. They hadn't had many this point in the game, but it's a very tough offense to run, but they're doing it well so far.
First down 10. Here's that play call coming in. Once again, a checkoff. Boy, this takes a heady quarterback, and Charlie Whitehurst is only a sophomore. Short drop, quick toss, wide open on the far side is Aries Curry, and he gets it to the 15-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down. Dennis Davis covering over there. Seen a lot of Dennis Davis in the secondary tonight for Georgia Tech.
Maurice Curry now with his second catch. He's got to be happy to get the little jinx off of his back. 2 ball games to this point in his career at Georgia Tech, and he's 65 snaps and no catches. Well, in the first half, he's got 2 of them now, and that one a pretty big one for an opportunity to score for the Clemson Tigers.
On second down and just inches, Whitehurst will keep it and get the first down for the Tigers, leading 10-0 here at Bobby Dodd Stadium. I'm sure this is surprising a lot of the Tech fans because this defense is ranked in first or second in so many categories in the ACC. They played, did not allow a touchdown to Auburn and didn't allow a touchdown to Florida State through 3 quarters last week. And now they've given up a touchdown, a field goal, and are being threatened again on a 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line. I think these play calls that come in like this to check off after Whitehurst gets a chance to see the Tech defensive alignment causing John Tenuta and the Tech defenders some problems. No pressure on Whitehurst at all. That is incomplete. There were 2 receivers down there, Kevin Youngblood and Curry, and it'll go incomplete.
Whitehurst steps back in the pocket, kind of loses his footing and throws the ball off of his back leg just now, not off of his back leg, and that's why the ball fell short before it could get into the hands of Maurice Curry.
On second down and 10 now, 3 receivers to the left side. This no huddle causing Georgia Tech problems defensively here tonight. Clemson leads 10-0. We have 9:55 to go in the first half. Single setback is Dwayne Coleman, number 3. Whitehurst, quick toss. It is complete to Hamilton. It is complete, and diving in for the touchdown is Kevin Youngblood. Clemson 16-0, and Youngblood came into this game with no TD reception, so he has his first catch for a touchdown of the year, as did Tony Elliott, and now Aaron Hunt comes on for the point after for the Tigers.
DeJuan Landry, just now number 20 for Georgia Tech, attempted to jar the ball loose but did not wrap his arms at contact. And whenever you do that, it's like a pinball machine. Receivers can bounce right off of you and continue to move, and that's how Youngblood got into the end zone.
Youngblood, tall and wiry, obviously a strong receiver. He's 6'2", 6'15", and Clemson leads 17-0. Clemson scoring drive, 5 plays, 69 yards. Kevin Youngblood with the reception, a 13-yard TD catch. That only took 1:30. The previous touchdown took less than 2 minutes also, and it came after an interception by Clemson's linebacker, John Leak. So let's see if Tech can get anything going offensively. So far, Tech has rushed for 21 yards and passed for only 42 yards. And Ball has thrown 1 interception. There's Dennis Davis back to take the kickoff from Jad Dean. Tech seeing Jad Dean a lot more than they want to.
A lot of football still to be played in this ball game with 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter, but adjustments are going to have to be made offensively and defensively for the Yellow Jackets if they want to get back in it.
Dennis Davis tries to get to the outside. Can he turn the corner? Yes. Out across the 20, out to the 26-yard line with a great kickoff return. Great may be too strong, but a very good one before Eric Simpson knocks him out of bounds. Dennis Davis with the return, the junior from Atco, New Jersey.
All you can do is ask your return team to get the ball past the 20-yard line, and Davis did a very good job breaking a few tackles and using his speed to bounce it to the outside to have things set up on the 26-yard line.
This week after the Florida State game, Reggie Ball, the 18-year-old, said, "We won't lose another game."
Big words.
And you know that that's been on the locker room wall at Clemson University all week, and now Tech on the wrong side for them of a 17-0 score, and Clemson has racked up 207 yards already. This is complete to Jonathan Smith. Smith with some nice move, twisting his way to the 43-yard line. Georgia Tech first down. Jonathan Smith was tackled by Jamal Fudge.
A very good play where Reggie Ball fakes the handoff to the play action and reverses out. And Jonathan Smith is just sitting there waiting on it with the whole defense going with the flow of the original play of the offense. And Jonathan Smith does a good job. He's a guy that's not going to take that first shot. He's very quick, very nifty, and he jumps around a lot. not allowing you to get a clean shot on him after he catches the ball.
There you go on the season coming into this game. 13 catches for 185 yards for Jonathan Smith. It's first down 10 Tech. With 9:14 to go in the half, they're trailing 17-0. P.J. Daniels going to try the left side. He breaks one tackle, gets 2 or 3 yards, and gets out to midfield before Travis Pugh makes the stop, number 29 for the Clemson Tigers.
This is the setup play based off of the last reception caught by Jonathan Smith. You run the same action, but this time you actually hand the ball off to P.J. Daniels, who's bouncing off of the tackle there, get a small gain for a second and 5 yards to go.
From the 48-yard line, Tech has had very little penetration into Clemson territory tonight. Reggie finds Jonathan Smith open. He makes the catch. It's going to be short, I believe, depending on where they spot it, of the first down marker.
Jonathan Smith did a very good job of selling that route as though he was going to run a fly, and he stops it, and Reggie Ball has to get the ball there at right on time, because it's a timing route where as soon as Jonathan is turning around, he's expecting the ball to be there.
So Jonathan Smith has 5 catches in this game for 60 yards. Only 2 other Tech players have caught passes, Curry for 8 yards and Daniels for 5 yards. Reggie is 7 out of 12, 177 yards. Excuse me, 63 yards, 7 out of 12. 177 belongs to Whitehurst. Here's P.J. Daniels with the carry. He may not have gotten the first down.
When you've got a 3rd and short, Bob, the last thing your coach wants to see you do is dance behind the line of scrimmage with the ball. He should have taken that ball from Reggie Ball just now and just run with all he's got right through that line to get the small 1 yard.
Let's see where they spot it. I think it's enough for the first down. It is, but just by inches.
Very dangerous play. Secure the first down and then look to make some extra things happen. You don't ever want to get stopped behind the line of scrimmage when you're looking at a 3rd and short.
Out of 7 attempts at conversions on 3rd down, Tech has only converted twice here tonight, but now they are inside Clemson territory. 1st and 10 from the Tigers' 47. Going deep, has his man. What a catch, and he took a big hit. That was Nate Curry down near the 20-yard line of the Tigers. They'll spot it at the 21. That's a man's game when you make that catch and take that lick.
A very good read by Reggie Ball, realizing that the cornerback was squatting, leaving the safety to make the play, and Eric Sampson got there a second late, but really brought the boom with him when he got to Nate Curry. Curry did a good job of securing the catch for the first down for the Jackets.
Those are the numbers of Nate Curry coming into this game. Add to that 2 catches tonight. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Tech with 2 receivers left, 1 right. They're going to hand it off to P.J. Daniels. He is hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain. John Leak stepped up in there to make that play. Leroy Hill is 43. John Leak is 45. They are the middle linebackers for Clemson, who are stopping the Tech rushing game tonight. Georgia Tech with only 27 yards on the ground.
You're talking about guys that's juniors and seniors. They know how to play the ball game, Leroy Hill as well as John Leak. And one thing about football, you can't beat knowledge and just knowing where to be, where to fit off of your defensive lineman and off of your defensive front. And Clemson's linebackers to this point in the game have done a very good job.
Levon Thomas and Nate Curry are wide to the left side. Xavier McGuire to the right for Tech on 2nd down 9. Nowhere to go for Reggie Ball. I mean, this Clemson defense is smothering any attempt at moving the ball up the middle here tonight. Leroy Hill, we were just talking about the linebackers, number 43, made that play for the Clemson Tigers, leading 17-0.
A design quarterback draw for Reggie Ball just now, and by chance they just happened to have a blitz on, and Leroy Hill did a very good job of penetrating through the line to make the stop on Reggie Ball behind the line of scrimmage.
Coming into the game, Leroy Hill was the leading tackler on this Clemson defense. Now it's 3rd down 10 Tech at the 21 of Clemson. Look out. It is complete to Fashi, who gets a yard or 2, but not much more. Travis Pugh made the play, but I'll tell you what, a locomotive wearing purple and orange was headed right at Reggie Ball before he got rid of it this time.
Little slip screen where they're hoping to allow the blitzer to come through, and John Paul Fashi being open, he was open, but he was nowhere near down the line of scrimmage or down the field like they were expecting him to be, and it's a good play by Clemson's defense.
This ball is going to be spotted at about the 26, making it a 36-yard field goal for Dan Burnett. His field goal attempt, he is flawless on the year, 5 out of 5. That hit the post. He missed his first one.
You jinxed him, Bob.
Yep, that's like talking about a no-hitter.
Exactly. The minute you say it, guess what? The ball gets hit.
I take responsibility.
It's not your fault, Bob.
So Georgia Tech misses on that drive. They actually moved the ball but couldn't get the 3 or the 6 with 4:36 to go in the half. Clemson 17, Georgia Tech nothing. And here, take a look at this, Ryan.
Got it too good to the wide side and hit the upright. And a lot of first-time things are happening for Georgia Tech. The defense is allowing people to score, and their field goal kicker that was 100% to this point misses his first field goal.
First down, Charlie Whitehurst to throw. He's going deep, looking for Anise Curry. It is incomplete down near the 35-yard line. Now that was excellent man-to-man courage by coverage and courage by Reuben Houston.
Reuben Houston did a very good job of getting position on his wide receiver. You don't want to start looking back for the ball too early if you don't have good position. Well, he waited until they were running stride for stride. Then he turned around and spotted the ball in the air. And if you're inside like that on your receiver, he cannot make a play on it.
So it'll be second down 10 for Charlie Whitehurst and the Tigers. Charlie's run up 177 yards in the air. Clemson has rushed for only 30, but they haven't needed to run the ball.
Not if you're throwing it that good, why run it? Especially when the defense you're playing against does a very good job of stopping the run.
2 fullbacks in there. They get the play fake. Here's Whitehurst under pressure for the first time. And Whitehurst is brought down. And how about that for breaks going your way?
Right.
That ball came out of Whitehurst's arms and bounced right back into his stomach, and he gets to about the 24-yard line where they'll spot it down.
Jarris Wilkins for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets on the backside pursuit. Gets blocked very well, but continues to keep going for it, wanting to make a play. Runs down Charlie Whitehurst from behind to make the stop.
He actually lost it from his right hand and caught it with his left hand. That's poise. Third down 6. Penalty marker down in the Clemson backfield.
Terry Bowden starts.
That's 5-yard penalty, illegal substitution. That's one of the other things that can happen with a no huddle. You don't have time to make substitutions.
You got to do things real quick before you get to the line of scrimmage, and they didn't do it just now. I was about to mention that Terry Bowden, of course, this Georgia Tech game is starting his ACC play. He's 3-1 when it comes to ACC openers as Clemson's head coach. So a pretty good way to start things when you're looking at starting ACC conference play.
Tommy's seemingly been under pressure ever since he's been at Clemson, even though he's had some success, and now he's 2-1 coming into this game and looking to go 1-0 in ACC play, leading 17-0 over the Yellow Jackets with 3:28 to go in the first half. Here comes pressure on Whitehurst. He gets rid of it. Almost picked off by Davis at the 30-yard line. Dennis Davis breaks up the play, and Clemson now will have to punt the ball away.
That's called a possible drive-by just now for Dennis Davis. If he secures that catch, he's taking that ball to the house. He got a great jump on it, a great read, and it's hard for any quarterback, even though Charlie Whitehurst has done a good job, it's hard for any quarterback to complete that out all the way across the field. Ooh, if he could have caught that ball just now.
And Davis is going to be back to take this punt from Chasen. They'll make that Jonathan Smith with the punt. He takes it at the 34, breaks one tackle, yet another one, and is driven down at about the 44-yard line of Georgia Tech with 3:09 to go in the half.
Very good return by Jonathan Smith just now, fielding the ball. And like I said, he's not going to take that first shot. He dances around and reads his blocks and decides where he's going to go when he goes. And he keeps the defense off balance so they can't get a good, clean shot on him. That one ended up being a pretty good shot, though.
Jonathan Smith averaging a little over 7 yards per punt return coming into this game. And Georgia Tech, with only 91 yards in the air, only 27 on the ground, has it 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. Under pressure, screen pass over here to the right side. It is complete with a lot of running room. Look at that play. P.J. Daniels showing quickness after the catch, and he gets it to the 37-yard line of Clemson.
When you got a big back like P.J. Daniels, little small cornerbacks or rovers like Jamal Fudge, that's the last thing they want to do is connect with him one-on-one when he's running like that. So he tried to cut him at the knees, and P.J. Daniels expected that and jumped over him for the big play.
3 minutes to go in the half. Clemson leading 17-0. Tech had driven the ball down here close enough for a field goal attempt by Dan Burnett on their last possession. He hit the uprights. Now Tech driving again, trying to get something on the board before halftime. Reggie Ball doesn't see anything. He buys himself some time, throws into coverage. Whoa, there were 3 Tigers down there, only 1 receiver. That was Xavier McGuire.
Xavier McGuire just now underestimated the power and the strength of Reggie Ball's arm. Even though the defenders were in front of him, he stopped instead of continuing to the back of the end zone, where that ball could have possibly been caught for about a good 6 points.
He's got the strong arm. There's no question about that, but that'll sure make your heart thump fast.
Yeah, definitely.
3 purple jerseys down there covering Xavier McGuire. So now Tech has it 2nd down 10 from the 37-yard line of the Tigers, trailing 17-0, 2:52 to go in the first half. Quick out, incomplete. It was intended for Levon Thomas, and Justin Miller came up there to make the play. That too was a very dangerous ball.
Very dangerous ball, overthrown, and he got pushed. Levon Thomas, that is, got pushed just now, but the ball was uncatchable, so that's why the flag wasn't thrown.
So Reggie Ball is now 10 of 17 for 109 yards, but Tech has not been able to put any points on the board in the first half. It'll be 3rd down 10 from the 37-yard line of Clemson.
And Tech continuing with that tough 3rd down conversion rate that they're at right now.
2 of 8 on the night. Only 22% on the season coming into the game. The out is almost, however, there's a penalty marker in the backfield. I believe Justin Miller was covering on the play. The pass intended for Jonathan Smith, but I believe there may be a flag here. Was it 38 Eric Simpson? Somebody back there after the play. Reggie Ball. There was nobody back there, I don't think, for a holding call. We'll just hold on and see what Tim Zagorski and the officials call here on that play. Chan Gailey waiting to hear also.
Very physical game being played by both defenses right now.
Here's Zamorsky with the call. Eventually.
He decided to tease us.
Clemson's leading at 17-0. We have 2:42 to go in the half.
There are 2 fouls on play. Pass interference against the defense is a spot foul. We also have personal foul, roughing the passer against the defense.
So 2 penalties against Clemson. There's the hit up around the chin mask.
Yep.
And there's the pass interference. That was Justin Miller, and it was 38 Eric Simpson who was back there, I believe.
Basically gave Reggie Ball a forearm right under his face mask, and you got to stay away from the head of the quarterback. And once that ball is going, you've got to find a way to have the discipline to pull off.
Well, here's Tech again, just outside the 20-yard line of Clemson. Still without any points. Tech was right here last time. Couldn't convert the 3rd down, had to go for the field goal, and it hit the post on the right side. 1st down 10 Tech from the 22 of Clemson. Quick toss out to the right side, and Reggie Ball missed badly on that throw intended for Jonathan Smith.
He's trying to throw the ball on the move just now to get the wide receiver screen open, and just nowhere near where that ball needed to be at. If Jonathan Smith was 6'8", he probably still wouldn't have been able to get up to that ball just now.
See, the defender was coming right into the path, into the passing lane there for
Definitely.
the 5'11" Reggie Ball, so he had to get it up high, else it had been knocked down, and that resulted, of course, in the ball being thrown out of bounds. So we'll have 2nd down 10 at the 22-yard line.
These teams, I don't care who comes in here with what their records are, they play each other tough every single year.
Timeout called by Reggie Ball on the 2nd down 10 with 2:39 to go in the half. 17-0 Clemson from Bobby Dodd Stadium. All right, so Reggie Ball comes over. Chan Gailey, as you see, talking to the officials, and now he's going to be talking to Jonathan Smith. Chan Gailey calls the plays here. Chan Gailey was the offensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. He was head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Georgia Tech, we're talking a relatively young team. 1 freshman, 2 sophomores on offense, 5 sophomores, 1 freshman on defense. And remember, Tech lost 11 players in the offseason, 10 to academics and 1 transfer. So the big worry about Georgia Tech is who would step up from the kiddie core.
Exactly.
And we're getting some players stepping up here. However, it is still a very young football team.
Very young football team. And last year, Chan Gailey played a high number of freshmen and sophomores yet again. So you do have a young team this year, but you've got a young team that has played some football in the past. So that is one thing that has benefited this ball club. And so far to the until this game here today, they haven't played as though they're a young ball club.
There's Tommy Bowden. His team has a little more, you might call this more maturity. These guys are graybeards. 3 graduate students on offense and 3 graduate students on defense. I know there's a couple of freshmen playing alongside them. So one of the freshmen's 18, and the guy right beside him in the offensive line is 23.
Old man.
Ball. Did Curry catch it? No. It is ruled incomplete down at the 5-yard line. Travis Pugh covering. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 at the 22. So the Clemson red zone defense has been really tough here tonight. Coming into this game, the Clemson defense was allowing 162 yards a game rushing. They have held Tech to 27 yards. Tech wanted to establish the run. They've been unable to do it, and it makes it even tougher when you're down 17-0. This is 3rd down 10. Ball has some time. Across the middle, it is complete for the 1st down to Jonathan Smith. His forward progress will take him to the 10-yard line. DeRay Francis made the stop, number 26, for the Clemson Tigers. So Tech threatening now. 2:25 to go in the half. They're at the 10-yard line of Clemson.
Got a 5-step drop for Reggie Ball, and all Jonathan Smith is doing is running a curl route, but he's being taught, whatever you do, don't hook inside until you're at the markers, and the marker was on the 11, so Jonathan Smith hooked on the 10, caught the ball. It's a very good 1st down, and a 3rd down conversion that Georgia Tech desperately needed.
And they're going to get a timeout on the field. You see Jonathan Smith, the man who called the timeout. 2:12 to go in the half. Georgia Tech at the 10-yard line of Clemson, trailing 17-0. All right, here's a look at that play again as Reggie Ball rifles the ball to Jonathan Smith, who has 6 catches on the night now. He came in with only 13 in 3 games.
Very good protection by Georgia Tech's offensive line for Reggie Ball, giving him the time that he needed to wait until Jonathan Smith made his hook for that curl route. And Jonathan Smith, like I mentioned before, the timing was just perfect with Reggie Ball, and he caught the ball in the first down.
6 for 72 yards on the night for Jonathan Smith. Jonathan is a senior from Argyle, Georgia. He's 5'10", 190 pounds. His longest catch of the season coming in here was 32 yards, but he has become the go-to guy. He is the possession receiver, if you will, for Georgia Tech. Nate Curry seems to be the deep man so far this year. Levon Thomas, Mark Loken also getting a lot of playing time, but not many catches.
Jonathan Smith does a very good job of finding that hole in the defense, whether he's running vertical routes down the field, or if he's running underneath behind the linebackers or in front of them, he always gets to the open spot where Reggie Ball has somebody to get it to.
This is a veteran offensive line for Georgia Tech, and they're big, as you see. Led by Riley in the middle, the senior, who is also the lightest player on the offensive line at 285. 1st down and 10 from the 10. This is P.J. Daniels, hit at the line of scrimmage, spinning, breaking a tackle, diving to the 5-yard line. Good second effort from P.J. Daniels before J.J. Howard, 58 of Clemson, made the play.
Played down the line of scrimmage with Reggie Ball, basically brings the ball to P.J. Daniels, and P.J. Daniels doing a good job of getting low at first contact and spinning off and finding a way to keep his legs moving to just get more yards for this Georgia Tech deep offense that desperately needs more yards right now.
Second down goal from the 5. Daniels now with 11 carries for 18 yards on the night. Handoff Daniels. Daniels driven down at about the 3-yard line by both Leroy Hill, who's 43, and number 45, John Leak. So Tech now with the biggest third down conversion they have of the night. They are only 3 of 9. This will be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line, and what a difference it would make to Georgia Tech to go in at half down 17-7 instead of 17-0.
Definitely you want to go in at halftime with some points on the board, especially because Clemson won the toss and deferred, so Tech had the ball first. So when they come back out after halftime, Clemson's going to be getting the ball again.
Daniels the single setback for Tech. 3rd and goal from the 3. That's Curry in motion. Wants to throw. Batted into the air, almost intercepted by Justin Miller on the 3rd down and 3, and Tech has been unable to get any points on the board here in the half, and now they're going to try to go for what ought to be a chip shot field goal from Dan Burnett. Here's a scoring drive for Georgia Tech on the field goal with 41 seconds to go in the first half. 10 plays, 52 yards, took 2.5 minutes, and Burnett gets the 30-yard field goal, so he's 1 of 2 tonight, and now he is 6 out of 7 on the year. And it's Reese Curry will be back to take this Dan Burnett kickoff along with Derek Hamilton. Curry is number 1. Hamilton is 21 over on the left side of your screen. Packed house here at Bobby Dodd Stadium for the game between Georgia Tech and Clemson. First ACC game, excuse me, Ryan, for Clemson.
Yeah, it's a good night to come out and watch some football. The sun's down, there's a cool breeze coming through the stadium, and I mean, to me, Bob, I hate to say it, but all weather's good football weather.
Here's the kickoff. 41 seconds to go in the half. It comes down to Hamilton out across the 20. Hamilton across the 30. Breaks 1, 2, 3 tackles, still moving until finally knocked down out at the 45. And Clemson, with 2 timeouts remaining, has excellent field position here with 31 seconds to go for Charlie Whitehurst. An excellent return by Derek Hamilton, 21.
Derek Hamilton, a very good job of fielding the ball in stride. And Clemson's special teams, or the kickoff return team, did a good job of setting up blocks for him, and he read his blocks very well. To get the ball at the 45-yard line with 30 seconds left gives you a lot of power and a lot of ability to possibly get another score before you go in at halftime.
Clemson with 2 timeouts. First down 10 from their own 45-yard line, leading 17-3. Charlie Whitehurst forced out of the pocket. Going to throw on the run. It is complete down to the 33-yard line, 34-yard line of Georgia Tech. Here's the no huddle, no timeout call, 20 seconds left.
Clemson's only got 1 timeout, and they're going to try to hold that.
They stopped the clock long enough to set the chains. They're coming down the field very slowly, so Clemson's got more time between this than some of their no huddle plays otherwise.
Definitely.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line, and Whitehurst just spikes it, saving a timeout. And we'll go to the sideline to talk to Tommy Bowden. And there is no question that Clemson is within field goal range. However, their kicker this year, Aaron Hunt, has only 2 field goals. He was 1 of 4 coming in. He does have 1 here tonight.
Ran the clock play by Charlie Whitehurst just now, where you're not intending on using a timeout. You've got a first down. You can stop the clock by the minute the chains get set, snapping it and putting it in the ground.
Out of the shotgun, 2nd down 10 from the Tech 33-yard line. Whitehurst, no pressure. Going for Curry, grabs it, touchdown, Clemson! Ari Curry. Reese now. Remember, he had 12 catches last week in the Clemson win. He had never made a catch against Georgia Tech, and so far here tonight, he has been catching the ball and catching it well. Curry with 3 catches, 51 yards, and the touchdown. And Tech now looking to be 24-3 at halftime. The special teams play that has been so big, as the penalties on marker is down, that has been so big for Tech. That call against Clemson for the point after. They'll move it back here and make it a little longer. The special teams play of Georgia Tech that's been so strong has not been thus tonight, particularly on kick coverage.
Right. Charlie Whitehurst offensively, along with Curry and the other wide receivers, are doing a good job of finding holes in the defense, and they're splitting the safeties right down the middle of the field. The big plays that have been caught by the receivers for Clemson have been caught right in the middle third of that field down there for Georgia Tech's defense.
And the point after is no good. The 5-yard penalty cost the point after touchdown. Here's a look at the touchdown pass. Reuben Houston, number 9, trying to cover. We're not saying it was his man on the play, but he was chasing him. And nobody near Reese Curry, who made that grab.
That's terrible when you get 3 points for your offense on the board that's been struggling the entire ball game. And you've got less than a minute to play in the first half, and you give up a touchdown before you go in, with Clemson getting the ball out of this half.
And they only took 29 seconds to get 6 points.
Incredible.
3 plays, 55 yards. Of course, the big one, the 33-yard catch by Reese Curry.
Reese is saying, yeah, I know I hadn't played well against you guys, but I'm changing that and turning the tides in this ball game tonight. And he started off with a very good first half.
So Scott and Davis are back deep to take the kick from freshman Jad Dean. Tech down 20, 23-20 with 12 seconds in the half. Tech does have 1 timeout. Squibb it on the ground to try to get some coverage here, and Tech having trouble even picking the ball up. Scott has it. He breaks outside to the 20 and the 30 and pushed out of bounds out at the 37-yard line. That took 6 seconds, however. Ty Hill made the play on the special teams for Clemson.
A lot of indecision back there for the Yellow Jackets just now, as Kenny Scott is trying to decide if I'm going to get it. Dennis Davis is saying, okay, I'm going to let Kenny get it, but they don't know who's going to actually pick it up. So once Kenny Scott does pick it up, he decides to run with all these guys. He did a good job to get the ball as far away from the goal line as possible.
Probably time for only 1 play. 6 seconds remaining in the half. Clemson 23, Tech 3. And Georgia Tech's not going to throw it this time. And listen to this, some boos for the Yellow Jackets here at Bobby Dodd Stadium as they go off the field. The worst 2 quarters performance of Georgia Tech on this season so far. They've been right in every game except for this one, where they trailed by 20, 23-3 at the end of the first half. Welcome back to Bobby Dodd Stadium. 23-3, Clemson leading Tech as we get ready to start the second half of play, as Burnett will kick off to the Clemson Tigers. Curry and Hampton, they're going to kick it short, and it's going to be fair caught right there at the 20-yard line by Kevin Youngblood. So that was kind of strange kickoff, but it works out okay on Tech's side. Here are the statistics in the first half, and Ryan, right down at the bottom, it shows you that time of possession can be meaningless as Tech trails 23-3.
Definitely, Bob. They've had the ball a significant amount longer than Clemson has, and they're just not getting it done while they got the ball.
232 yards in the air for Charlie Whitehurst. He's 14 of 21 with 3 touchdown passes, 1 interception. So he's having himself a career night here. First down, 10 Clemson from the 20 of Tech. Here is a pitch out and a cut inside the middle. What a nice play by Clemson's offense. Derek Hamilton took the toss as Whitehurst rolled to the right. He pitched to 21, who got near the first down marker. Give him about 9 on the play. James Butler finally made the tackle.
Big time trick play, and Eric Henderson was in position to make the play. Well, Derek Hamilton decided, I'm not going to run into him. I'll just turn it up the field and get a positive gain.
So now it is 2nd down and 1. Clemson from the 29-yard line. Wonder what John Tenuta and his Tech defensive minds have tried to come up with here to stop Whitehurst and this passing attack for Clemson. On this play, they're going to run the ball and lose a yard or 2 as Kyle Browning never got back to the original line of scrimmage. So once again, Clemson has been unable to rush the ball very well. 34 yards Totally ran into his own player, number 7, William Henry, 70. 65, Cedric Johnson. So now 3rd down 2. Opportunity for the Tech defense from the 28-yard line of Georgia Tech.
When it comes to the defensive front for John Tenuta, the front 7 are really doing a stellar job in containing the rush and putting a tad bit of pressure on Whitehurst. But the secondary has done a terrible job in defense.
There's pressure, single coverage again. Reuben Houston was all over Curry down about the 25-yard line, and that long ball goes incomplete, and Clemson will have to punt it away, leading 23-3.
A very much needed 3 and out for the Georgia Tech defense. Charlie Whitehurst has all day sitting back in the pocket. The offensive line did a very good job, but he just overthrew the ball, put a tad too much power on it.
Jonathan Smith will take this punt from Chasen. It's short. Smith's going to take it right at the 29-yard line. Voids 1 tackle, another, breaks 2 or 3. It took the 4th guy to get him down, but he didn't get much in the way of yardage. He is elusive. It'd be kind of interesting watching Jonathan Smith run a tailback position.
It would. He danced in place just now, and 3 or 4 guys missed him. That's just how quick he is. But like you said, he didn't get any positive yards on the catch or on the return.
Buddy Williams came down to make the play for the Clemson Tigers. So, Reggie Ball, 11 of 21, 1 interception, 121 yards in the first half. As you take a look at the numbers, he is rushed 5 times for 12 yards. Here's a pitch. He's going to roll right and come to the near side. It is caught by Jonathan Smith. Wow. Good reaction on the ball by number 21, Jonathan Smith, and that's going to be very close to the first down.
Jamal Fudge, the Candyman, as we want to call him, I guess, did a very good job on knocking the ball or getting his hands on the ball, but Jonathan Smith just kept his concentration and was able to secure the catch for the Yellow Jackets.
And it was enough for the first down, so they'll spot it at the 43-yard line. Tech first down 10, trailing 23-3, and Jonathan Smith had 9 catches in the BYU game to open the season. Hasn't had nearly that many since, but he has 7 here tonight. Here's the handoff to P.J. Daniels, who broke 1 tackle, not the second, gets to about the 48-yard line. P.J. Daniels tackled by 38 Eric Sampson.
That big rushing day and that 47-yard touchdown that P.J. Daniels had last week against FSU has definitely given him some courage and a little bit of momentum, saying, you know what, I can run against anybody if I can have 100 yards on the ground versus FSU, and he's showing that tonight.
It'll be second down 6 from the 47-yard line now. Clemson again going to that no huddle when they're on offense. It's been a problem for Tech, and Tech has been methodical with their offensive play calling. It's Logan in motion. Ball throwing quickly for the first down to the 40 at Georgia in Clemson territory. That pass went to Nate Curry. Tackle made by John Leak, number 45 for the Tigers. First down Tech.
Reggie Ball stepping back on a 4 or 5 step drop, and Nate Curry running a quick in route outside of the numbers and securing the play and also getting a little bit of yards after the catch as well. Nate Curry's having a pretty good game so far to this point.
Clemson 23-3, 11:55 to go in the third quarter. Curry with 3 catches tonight for Georgia Tech. And it's going to be a run by Reggie Ball as he slides down. Talk about growing up and maturing. He's about 2 yards shy of the first down. Reggie, now you're getting smart.
Exactly. You don't ever really want your quarterback to take shots, and he took a couple of shots in the first 2 ball games for Georgia Tech. Well, now he's starting to think with his head and realizing that if I can get down after getting a positive gain, there's no need for me to take any shots from this big defensive linebackers that the Clemson Tigers have.
I think he may have taken on Jamal Fudge, 24, but you know who he saw standing beside him? 45 Leak and 43 Hill.
You don't want nothing to do with those guys.
Yeah, and nobody said Reggie's mama raised a fool.
Exactly.
Second down 3. Tech from the 33 of Clemson. Quick toss over the middle. It is caught at the 25-yard line for the first down by Mark Logan. Great catch by the youngster. Mark Logan, the only Tech player from South Carolina, but now they're going to say it's incomplete.
Jamal Fudge, the Rover, had very good coverage on him. If that pass is called incomplete, you'll understand why, because Fudge was right there to make the play.
They're still not sure whether it's incomplete.
I'll just go ahead and give it to him.
Yeah, they say incomplete. Logan still has the ball in his hand.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good call by the referees. Ooh, the ball was on the ground for quite some time.
And excellent replay by our crack CSS production team. Corey was the guy who got it. Okay, Corey. Free Diet Coke after the game. 3rd down 3 from the 33-yard line of Clemson now. Tech once again in that conversion situation. They're only 3 of 10. That is complete for the first down. Nate Curry caught it and had the sense of knowing where he was as he dives and gets the first down for Tech as they spot the ball at the 29-yard line.
Reggie Ball does a good job on getting this ball out of his arms as fast as possible and catching Curry on stride, moving towards that first down marker.
Candyman, 24, making the play.
Candyman.
He's going to be Candyman from now on. They may call him Candyman at Clemson already, but it's a first for you and me.
Exactly. Very good job of Curry having the awareness of knowing where the first down marker was.
This is 1st down 10 now from the 29 of Clemson. Tigers leading 23-3. And that is Dixon, the fullback, who drives it to the 25-yard line. Jimmy Dixon, the junior fullback, number 47, tackled by Trey Tate, the defensive right tackle, 92.
That's 2 carries for Jimmy Dixon so far in this ball game, and that's a lot for a fullback with another quarter and a half of football to play. He has to be excited about it, but Chan Gailey's using his fullback to set up other plays like dives and leads for the tailback, as well as rollout plays for Reggie Ball at the quarterback position.
Single setback this play will be P.J. Daniels. Fauci lined up as an H-back. Here comes the pressure. Whistle sounded, however, before the play was finished. You see 9:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. 23-3 Clemson leading. Tech has been down around the 20. I was going to say they've been down inside the 25 3 times tonight, has Tech. They've come up with only 3 points.
You have to find a way to get more points when your team gets down in the red zone. You're not going to walk away with touchdowns every single time, but a minimum of 3 points has to get on the board when you get down in that red zone.
Coming into this game, Georgia Tech in the red zone was 6 out of 8 scores. They had 1 TD and 5 field goals. So you can see that in the red zone, out of 8 times, Tech had scored only 1 touchdown prior to this. 2nd down 11 from the 30. Ball, he had nowhere to go. He wanted to cut that one up the middle, but instead he was hit by Travis Pugh, who was coming up the middle, number 29 for Clemson. Big loss on the play of about 10 yards.
That's a good call for the Clemson defense. They just happened to have a blitz coming during the quarterback draw, and Reggie Ball tried to make something happen, but he just wasn't able to because Pugh was on him as soon as he got ready to run.
Line to make for the first down now is the 19-yard line of Clemson. The ball will be spotted at the 35, so that's a 3rd down 16 for Georgia Tech. Only 4 of 11 on 3rd down conversions. Ball throwing on the run into the end zone, double coverage, incomplete. Battle for the ball down there. Teray Francis was the man who had his hands on it first. It was intended for Nate Curry. So Georgia Tech effectively out of field goal range here at the 35.
Reggie Ball started moving around the pocket and really didn't have anywhere to go with the ball, so he decided to attempt to just put it in the end zone and hoping that Curry would make a play, and he's lucky that Francis didn't make the interception.
So Reggie Ball now, 14 of 26, 1 interception, 148 yards. Tech going for it on 4th and 16. But I understand that, trailing 23-3, and nothing offensively going right for Georgia Tech tonight. Tech has rushed for only 44 yards in the game and passed for 148. 4th and 16. This is a tough conversion. Got a blitz coming. Here's the pass over the middle, incomplete, intended for Mark Logan. He would not have made the first down, but he would have been down to about the 18. So Tech's going to turn this ball over, and Clemson once again is going to have excellent field position at their own 35-yard line. Clemson 23, Tech 3. All right, Ryan Stewart, it's first down 10 Clemson here from their own 35. We'll see what John Tenuta has done here in the second half to try to adjust to this Clemson no-huddle defense. I want to get your comment on it after this play. Here's Whitehurst. He's throwing it to Curry. He is nailed by Reuben Houston, number 9.
Reuben Houston just simply read the play. It was a wide receiver screen to the trip side, and when the minute he realized it, he just went through the blockers and went through the defense and made the play for a small loss.
How do you adjust to a no-huddle if you're a defensive coordinator?
You got to switch things up and disguise the blitzes a lot more, and maybe drop some defensive linemen back in coverage. But the secondary really has to tighten up because they're just allowing too many holes to be back there in the deep thirds and the deep fourths, and that's why Charlie Whitehurst is completing all those long passes down the field.
16 of 24 for 239 yards. Wide open is Kevin Youngblood. Kevin Youngblood driven out of bounds short of the first down at the 43-yard line by Dennis Davis.
I can talk about the easy way to right the ship and straighten things up when it comes to the no huddle on the offense, but it's a whole lot easier said than done.
And the pressure is not there on Whitehurst. Only one time tonight has Tech really gotten pressure on it.
And they've sent the linebackers, Bob. I'm sure Coach Tenuta told his guys at halftime, the front four guys, the guys like Henderson and the guys like Wilkinson, you're going to have to get more pressure from the front four as far as the defensive linemen are concerned for this defense to be successful.
So Charlie Whitehurst sets his team, and this happens often. He'll get set at the line. He'll get an adjustment from the sideline. Check-off play on 3rd down and 2. Here is the handoff. It is short of the first down. Dwayne Coleman got it on a halfback draw, and Tech has held, and Clemson will have to punt it away. Kieran Fox, number 54.
Kieran Fox made a good read, and Reuben Houston's the guy that came off the wing like a cornerback blitz to make the play, and very good job by Houston.
Jonathan Smith will stand back inside his own 15-yard line to take this punt from Cole Chasen, number 30. Cole, a freshman. Tech coming after it. They did not get it. No flag down. Jonathan Smith takes it at his own 13-yard line. I got to tell you, I'm not sure about Jonathan's wisdom, but I am not going to question his courage.
No, not at all. He's fielding every punt that they get to him, and he's not fair catching anything. Kind of reminds me of a little Kelly Rhino back in the day. Kelly Rhino never, ever fair caught the ball, and Jonathan Smith has taken a page out of his book.
Clemson 23-3 over Georgia Tech. Want to remind you, get the inside news from the people who know as former SEC quarterbacks. Talk college football every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Quarterback Club. Go inside the huddle on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. Tech 1st and 10 from their own 11, trailing 23-3. Incomplete. There's a penalty marker down on the far sideline. That was intended for 7, Levon Thomas.
Levon Thomas, the junior wide receiver, right out of College Park, Georgia, not too far from here. Ran an out route, and Reggie Ball put the ball where it needed to be. Hit him on the numbers, but he wasn't able to come up with the catch.
And a penalty marker down at the line of scrimmage. So Georgia Tech has been unable to get anything on the board except the one field goal from Burnett toward the end of the half.
Ineligible downfield against the offense is refused. 2nd down.
All right, it'll be 2nd down 10. I don't know where the ineligible player is. But nevertheless, Tech will have it 2nd down and 10. So Ball now 14 of 28 passing. Clemson not getting a lot of pressure on Ball, Ryan, but they're covering very well. So that's, I think, what they've elected to do for most of this game. Logan is in motion going from the right to the left side. Now pressure coming. Now pressure coming, and that's going to be a safety. They get Ball in the end zone.
Georgia Tech was trying to run a screen just now, and they allowed the defensive line to come through. However, the screen man never really released. He continued to stay blocking back in the backfield, and he didn't move out wide enough. Therefore, Reggie Ball didn't have anybody to throw to.
The man who got him was Maurice Fountain, 99, from Camden, South Carolina.
That's good hustle by that defensive front for Clemson.
He had help from Vontrell Jameson. And now it's 25-3. Just as I was saying, Clemson hadn't applied any effective pressure on Reggie Ball. They nail him in the end zone. That's 2 times tonight.
That's 2 times, Bob. I tell you.
I talked about Dan Burnett being 5 out of 5 for field goals. He hits the post. I talk about Clemson not getting to Reggie. He's thrown for a safety. So I don't know. I take full responsibility. That's all I can say. For 5 points.
Reggie Ball just now didn't realize that he was already in the end zone, because I'm sure he would have moved to try to get rid of that ball. But like you mentioned, Clemson's defensive front is doing a good job, and they hadn't been successful in getting to Reggie Ball so far, but just now they made it just in time.
So this is the, you might say this is the freshman coming out in the 18-year-old, and you're going to expect that in some games.
He's just played so good in these past 2 ball games, and also in the BYU game. A lot of people were thinking that he would continue to play mistake-free football, and it's very hard for a young guy that's still 18 years old to make those big plays and to continue to be consistent.
So Tech is still within 3 touchdowns. If they got 2 on one, they could tie it. So that's what the status of that is. Here is Justin Miller taking the punt, and Miller breaking through the Tech coverage, breaks another tackle and drives all the way to the 35-yard line of Georgia Tech. And the special teams play, you pointed out, Ryan, in the beginning of the game was going to be a key for Georgia Tech. It had been something they relied on. And finally, Nathan Burton made the tackle, but the special teams have let down the Jackets tonight.
Special teams were the 3rd key in the pregame, talking about Georgia Tech, the necessities they needed to have a victory. And the special teams so far to this point, they haven't made a play and they haven't defensed anything as well. They're out there trying to arm tackle, and that's never going to be good. Clemson
25, Georgia Tech 3. Here's a play fake. Whitehurst steps to the left, throws over the middle, almost picked off. It went behind DeJuan Curry, 20, so he couldn't hold on to the ball. Intended for the tight end, 81, Bobby Williamson.
Landry just now almost had a free gift. Charlie Whitehurst made the play, and a little draw action here, and he rolls out to the wide side of the field and overthrows his guy just a tad bit, and DeJuan Landry wasn't able to come up with the interception.
So 2nd down 10 from the 35-yard line of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Not really within field goal range here, but a 1st down would put Clemson in field goal range. They lead 25-3, 6:52 to go, 3rd quarter. That's Curry, number 1, in motion. Penalty marker because the back move. The pass is complete to Curry. He's driven out at the 30. But I believe the running back for Clemson made a move on the play before the ball was snapped.
Your back can take a step if there's no one moving, but when you got Curry sliding down the line of scrimmage in motion, 2 guys can't be moving at the same time. That's where the penalty comes from.
Okay, spoken like a coach or a referee.
2 men were moving at the same time against the offense. Knockout penalty, repeat 2nd down.
You know what? You're obviously a former star here at Tech, former player in the big leagues. You'd make a great referee.
A great referee? I don't know, Bob. I don't think I'm in shape like I used to be. Chasing behind these kids with these flags in my pocket might wear me down. You
know, you look down the field like the referee there tonight, he's got to be at least in his middle 50s.
Right.
I got to tell you, that's pretty good condition for Tom Zamorsky and the others. I'm amazed at them sometimes. Whitehurst comes left and completes it to the 35-yard line to Tony Elliott, who made a touchdown catch earlier in the game.
We've noticed in past weeks by covering these Georgia Tech games that Reuben Houston, sometimes when he's supposed to bust to the flats, he takes his time and he doesn't run straight out there. Well, he got there late just now, and when he got there, the ball was already caught, but he does make a big tackle. If he would just buzz straight to the flats at the snap of the ball, he would definitely be sitting in position to make an interception.
You know, we could get his phone number. You could call him the week off between the games.
I may need to stop by and talk to him about that next week.
18 of 27 for Whitehurst, 254 yards. He's thrown for 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. And with 6:09 to go in the 3rd quarter from Bobby Dodd Stadium, Clemson calls a timeout, leading 25-3. Keep going.
Charlie Whitehurst is a young player, but he's not playing like he's a young guy at all. the decision making that he makes when he's dropping back. I mean, he's not second guessing any of his throws, and it shows in his numbers.
Charlie's Whitehurst's dad, David, of course, played in the NFL, as I pointed out earlier. Charlie from Chattahoochee High School out near Duluth, Georgia, came into this game having 6 touchdown passes. He's thrown 3 here tonight, so he has 9 TD passes on the season. He had 4 touchdown passes against Middle Tennessee State in the Clemson victory last week. And coming into this game, he had completed 70% of his passes and been sacked only 4 times. And here tonight, not at all. So Clemson up 25-3, and here's how it's happened. They got a 23-yard field goal from Hunt. Then Elliott made the 9-yard TD catch. Youngblood the 13-yard grab to make it 17-0. Tech comes back right before the half, and Burnett gets a 30-yard field goal, but in only 29 seconds. Whitehurst moves the Tigers downfield, and they get the touchdown. The pass 33 yards to Curry, and then, of course, the 2 other points come on the Fountain safety, the sack of Reggie Ball in the end zone. 6:09 to go in the third quarter. 25-3, Clemson over Tech. 3rd down 10, Tigers from their Tech 35-yard line. Whitehurst, plenty of time, across the middle, incomplete, into double coverage, and Bayham did not have a chance to catch it. Intended for 18, Curtis Bayham.
The Clemson wide receivers are doing a very good job of splitting the seams right in the middle of the field, getting between the free safety and the strong safety. Here you see again, just now, the play was made defensively by Georgia Tech's James Butler, with Dow Smith being right underneath the play. But for a quick second, he was open down the middle of the field yet again.
All right, it's 4th down 10, and Clemson's going for it. 4th and 10 from the 35-yard line of Georgia Tech. They have Coleman and Jasmine in the backfield. Bit of a strange call. Whitehurst has time, still no pressure. Finally has some pressure and throws it incomplete out of bounds. Well, that was a strange one, intended for Curry. Number 1, it goes out of bounds, so Tech is going to take the ball over here at the 35-yard line.
Showing the lack of confidence in their field goal kicker.
Yeah, he's only 2 of 5 on the season. We'll be right back. Clemson leading 25-3. So Clemson goes for it on 4th down, doesn't complete the pass. Tech takes over at the 35-yard line, trailing 25-3, 1st down 10. Once again, Reggie Ball in trouble. He avoids the tackler, throws on the run, has to throw it out of bounds, even though Jonathan Smith had become open at about the 45-yard line of Clemson.
Leroy Hill using his speed, and Reggie Ball doing a good job trying to evade him, but at the same time, he couldn't stay back there all day. Couldn't find anybody down the field, so he just decided to throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, J.J. Howard also chasing, and J.J.'s a defensive end, and he shows some of that speed, 6'3" and 245. So, yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
After you, Bob.
Oh, no, after you.
Age before beauty, Bob.
You. That hurt so bad.
I'm so sorry.
2nd down 10 from the 35-yard line. Bob and his buddy Ryan Stewart here with the game. Pass over the middle is incomplete, and Jonathan Smith took a couple of hits there at the 40-yard line. And again, Reggie Ball a little bit off target tonight. Reggie's been under a lot of pressure, but he's also thrown high on several of his passes.
He has thrown high, and something that they have to keep in mind is they're down by 22 points. So Clemson really realizes that they're going to be throwing the ball. They're not really going to be running it unless it's a draw or some type of setup play. So when you know that your defense is going to be in zones and that they're going to be sending blitzes, it makes it a whole lot more difficult for Chan Gailey to call plays offensively.
Reggie Ball has attempted 30 passes tonight with 5:42 to go in the third quarter. This is 3rd down 10 from the Tech 35-yard line. Reggie under pressure again. Down he goes again. Down at the 27-yard line. It was 43 Leroy Hill who came back there to get him. So Clemson just teeing off on Reggie Ball, knowing that Tech is having to throw the ball.
They came through. There's 2 or 3 different guys approaching Reggie Ball, getting in his face. He's trying to make a quick decision, but at the same time, knowing that they're throwing the ball and they're sitting back in zones and they got some underneath coverage going on, he couldn't find anybody to throw the ball to.
So Hal Higgins will punt it away for Georgia Tech. This is his 5th punt. He's averaging 43 per tonight. Derek Hamilton, 21, takes the catch right at his 30 and gets about 5 after the catch. Dennis Davis was right in his face, but Dennis had to run away from it as he had gotten there before the ball.
Special teams coverage for Georgia Tech just now was much better than it's been earlier in the ball game. They got to find a way to make sure that after the punt returner receives the catch that he does not get more than 2 or 3 yards on his return.
So Clemson ends up not getting hurt at all by going for it on 4th down at the 35-yard line of Tech, failing to convert. Tech doesn't move the ball at all on 3 consecutive incompletions, and now Clemson gets it at their own 36-yard line, 1st down 10, leading 25-3. Just under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Whitehurst, 18 of 29, 255 yards. Under pressure, but he pitches it forward to Dwayne Coleman, his running back, who gets about 3 yards, not much more. Pressure on Whitehurst that time, but what a great call for a play where you had pressure up the middle.
A good old shuffle play. You act like you're rolling out to throw it down the field, and your running back right underneath you scoots out and you shuffle the ball to him. But the play was defense good, and Atha Brown comes up with a big stop.
2nd down 7, Clemson from the 39 this time. 4:29 to go in the 3rd quarter. Beautiful night here in Atlanta, Georgia, at Bobby Dodd Stadium. About 78 degrees currently with a little breeze. Here's a handoff to Coleman's going to try to get outside the corner. He gets close to and maybe got the 1st down across the 45-yard line.
Dwayne Coleman, a rather small guy at 5'10", 190 pounds. He's a sophomore from Florida. He runs like he's a big guy, though he keeps his legs moving, keeps his motor running, and he's got good speed to get the ball to the outside.
Cox and Landry combine on the play to make the tackle, but not until Coleman gets the 1st down. So Clemson now moves it out to midfield to the 47-yard line of the Tigers, leading 25-3. And the Tigers are going to throw those short passes. I'm sure they'll go for a big one here or there. Short passes and run the ball here and eat clock with 25-3 lead. Whitehurst, now he's going to tuck it and go down. That's the first time they've gotten to Whitehurst tonight. He goes down at the 45-yard line, and it was Eric Henderson 2 weeks ago, the National Defensive Player of the Year, and Darryl Smith who combined.
Darryl Smith is a big, fast running back, and they're both attempting to get to Whitehurst, and Henderson was right there, and Smith came from the other side, but speed prevailed as Smith brought him down.
2nd down 12 from the 45. Clemson now out of that shotgun. Whitehurst has now attempted 30 passes, 60 passes in this game already with nearly 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Whitehurst, he's going upstairs, over the top. Incomplete at the 10-yard line. It was intended for Kevin Youngblood.
Good defense by Jonathan Cox just now, man for man, one-on-one. Whitehurst sees that it's a one-on-one matchup, so a lot of quarterbacks will just lay that ball up there and hope that their receiver will make a play. Of course, he does have the size advantage over Jonathan Cox. A little push in there, but the referees decided not to throw the flag. And now it's looking at 3rd and 12.
From the 45-yard line. The reason Clemson has the unusual number of 25 points is they missed a point after and knocked ball down in the end zone for a safety. Whitehurst, again, time. He's going to go to run, throwing on the run. Incomplete on the 3rd down 12. So Tech with good coverage, and their coverage has been better here in the 3rd quarter than it was in the first 2.
You can look at what Clemson's doing one of 2 ways. They're up by a significant amount of points. Why would they not just continue to run the ball to kill the clock? But a lot of times you see in football games like this, when you've got a lead and you switch up and start playing conservative, you give the ball game away. So I guess Tommy Bowden has decided we're going to keep doing with what got us here, and that's the only way we're going to play football.
I guess he doesn't believe in the prevent offense.
Oh, only thing prevent defense stops you from doing is preventing you from winning.
Jonathan Smith raised his hand for the fair catch, jumped out of the way, and that ball is taking a Clemson bounce and going down to the 5-yard line of Georgia Tech. The Clemson coverage caused that to happen, as Jonathan Smith, who has been catching the ball in heavy traffic, really thought better of it that time. So Georgia Tech's 1-2 coming into this game. Clemson 2-1. Tech beat Auburn in the upset, and here's the rest of the schedule for Georgia Tech. see Vanderbilt next week. We'll have that for you on CSS. Ryan and I will be up there for that game. And then North Carolina State, that's a tough one. Wake Forest, they've been playing well. Maryland, they're all tough. Maybe Duke, North Carolina, Virginia without their quarterback. Those are three real chances of Tech probably being favored in the game. But those and against Vanderbilt. But then they have three real tough ones after that.
Duke started this game this weekend with 2 wins. So really no pushover games when it comes to ACC conference play.
First down 10, Tech from their own 6-yard line, trailing 25-3. And Tech tries to run it. Drives out across the 10, about 5 yards. That time for P.J. Daniels before Eric Coleman, 76 for the Tigers, makes the play.
Why in the world would Shane Gilly run the ball here? I'll tell you why. Just to get a few more yards away from that goal line to allow Reggie Ball to have more room back there to complete some passes. They may end up rolling them out a little bit or give them a 5 or 7 step drop, but they were too close to the line of scrimmage to send them back there risking another safety.
As you see, Reggie has had to run the ball 9 times for -5 yards. He's passed for 148. This is second down 5 from the 11. Throwing on the run. Has Jonathan Smith deep. Jonathan Smith makes the grab at the 47-yard line.
It amazes me how they continue to throw into where there's actually coverage, but Jonathan Smith as well as Nate Curry, they've come up with some big plays. And here it was a design screen look. It appeared to be a screen, but Jonathan Smith takes off down the sideline, gets between the defenders, and makes a big catch for Georgia Tech.
So it was Pugh and Torrey Francis covering on the play, double coverage. Great catch by Jonathan Smith, and Jonathan now has 8 catches for 118 yards. No, unfortunately for Georgia Tech, touchdowns. First and 10 from the 47. Ball wanted to make a quick out. I'm not sure whether he wanted to throw it to Fauci or Curry. Nevertheless, it went incomplete.
Reggie Ball stepped back and possibly a misread on Fauci's behalf, but he kind of threw the ball between two of his offensive receivers again, and that's something that Georgia Tech has done quite a bit today. They're putting 2 players in the same zone of the field, and that's something that really doesn't get done that often.
So Reggie Ball now 15 of 32, obviously less than 50% completions, 483 yards with 1 interception. Second down 10 from the 47. Goes over to the left side. That pass is caught over there by Curry, but a gain of only 2 yards. The pocket caving in quickly on Reggie Ball.
Front 7 for Clemson has done a good job of getting off the ball really well in the snap count. The defensive ends are making sure they're staying outside of Reggie Ball, and he released the ball good, but not for a very good game.
Wonder if we'll ever hear him say something like, "We're never going to lose another game the rest of the season again."
You have to be optimistic and excited about a young guy having that attitude, but there's certain things you just don't say, especially early in the season.
Chan Gailey kind of chuckled and said, "Well, we'll just see how many locker rooms that gets put on the board." And again, under intense pressure, pass intended for Fauci at about the 48-yard line of Clemson. But Reggie Ball is having no chance to get rid of that ball, and Tech's going to have to punt it away.
Reggie Ball had Fauci out in the flats. Not that he would have gotten the first down, but he could have gotten closer so to give them an opportunity at a 4th and short. But like you mentioned, Bob, the pressure is just immense right now, and it's getting right in front of Reggie Ball before he really has time to think about what he wants to do with it.
So Hal Higgins will punt it away for Georgia Tech. Higgins averaging 43 yards a punt. This is Derek Hamilton. He's going to call a fair catch at the 10. So Clemson has the ball at their own 10. This is about the worst field position of the night for the Clemson Tigers, but no real problem for Clemson. They're leading 25-3 as Tommy Bowden's team has looked very sharp here tonight with that no-huddle offense, and Tommy Bowden made an adjustment after the first couple of games when he found he couldn't run the ball to the no-huddle, and it is working very effectively. Now Clemson has Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina State, then North Carolina, so Clemson will probably be favored in at least 3 out of those 4 games, then Wake Forest, Florida State, Duke, and South Carolina. So Clemson's got an opportunity to have a pretty darn good season coming their way if they can win this game here tonight and go to 3-1.
A lot of people predicted that they'll be towards the bottom of the ACC, and they're not playing like a bottom of the ACC team.
That draw play goes to Dwayne Coleman, who breaks it out to the 25-yard line. Effective play, and now Clemson's getting a running game going.
That's exactly what they need right now. They're very successful in the first half, at the beginning of the third quarter, passing the ball. And if you can open up the run and get a few things going to eat some more time off the clock, you go ahead and secure a victory for your ball club, even though there's a lot of football to be played.
47 seconds in the third quarter. First down 10 from the 25 now for the Tigers. This time the fake to the end around, and the pass intended for Aris Curry out at the 43-yard line of Georgia Tech goes incomplete.
Each of the last 7 games between these guys, Clemson and Georgia Tech, have been decided by 5 points or less. And that also includes a streak of 6 straight games decided by exactly 3 points from 96 to 01, 2001. And the rate things are going now, it doesn't look like it'll continue that streak.
34 seconds remaining in the third period. 25-3 Clemson. Now second down 10 from the 25-yard line. Whitehurst's statistics are falling now as he's thrown a bunch of incompletions here in the quarter. He's 19 of 33, but already has 258 yards. Here is a delayed handoff to Coleman, and once again the scat back gets out here across the 35 for the first down. Let's see where they spotted it. May be short of the first down.
Clemson has been so unpredictable on first down, second downs. They've been running, they've been passing, and you really can't gauge what they're going to do. And right now they're getting that shotgun set with 2 backs back there and just hand it off to a good running back that's running very hard, Dwayne Coleman. They've really got Georgia Tech on their back of their heels now, trying to figure out what they're going to do, run or pass.
Clemson got clobbered in the opening game 30-0 by Georgia, then played 2 smaller schools, Furman and Middle Tennessee State, won both of those games, and maybe had a chance to tune up and get this no-huddle offense going. That's Curry in motion number 1 on the 1st and 10 from the 35. Quick toss to Curry on the left side. Got a block. Curry stepped out of bounds here at the right at the 50-yard line. So the end of the third period, Clemson leading 25-3 from Bobby Dodd Stadium. "15 minutes of football left at Bobby Dodd Stadium." And those are actually sons of parents. They have parents, those kids there.
That's probably watching this ball game.
That's Johnny. Good grief, Johnny.
That's what college is all about, man. The college experience when it comes to Saturday afternoons are just incredible.
On the 1st and 10, Whitehurst completes it over to the far side of the field to Tony Elliott, and he gets it to about the 43-yard line of Tech, bringing up a second down short yardage. Jonathan Cox making the play.
Tommy Bowden has decided to continue running the offense that have gotten them where they are right now. Still passing the ball, throwing quick outs, throwing screens, and they're being very successful at everything they're doing.
After a drought of completions, Whitehurst has completed his last 2 now. This is second down 4. Charlie is 21 of 35 for 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. Here's Coleman trying the left side this time. Tech's there to bottle him up. He gets a yard or so, and it'll bring up third down and short. Darrell Smith over there, 51, to make the play for Georgia Tech.
Darrell Smith and Kieran Fox, some names we've been calling a lot for these past few ball games, hadn't really made big plays today because they've been playing on their heels trying to figure out what Clemson's going to do.
So Whitehurst has thrown for 279 yards. Tech has thrown for 184. The total offense is 343 to 214, as you see. This will be third down and 2 Clemson at the 43 for Georgia Tech. Whitehurst, quick out. He tended that ball for Kevin Youngblood. Really good coverage. Was that Jonathan Cox who came up there, 23? Yes.
Jonathan Cox on the call, Bob. Good call. Decided to go underneath for the ball, something that's taught. Do not go underneath unless you get the ball, because if the receiver comes up with the catch, he's going the distance. But luckily for Jonathan Cox, he did make the play and the ball got knocked down.
So Jonathan Smith will stand at his own 10-yard line to take the chase and punt. Jason's averaging nearly 45 yards a punt here tonight. And Jonathan Smith's going to let it go into the end zone where it'll be a touchback, and Tech will get it out to their own 20-yard line. And Tech knows they have to get something going offensively, and in a hurry. 13:32 to go in the game, down 25-3 to Clemson. Due to time constraints, we move forward into game action. Clemson getting near 400 yards of total offense in this game. 293 passing, 84 rushing. Handoff again. Big opening for Browning. Browning driving to the 25-yard line before Butler gets it.
Young scat back in Browning, 5'7", 180. I mentioned that before. He's not running like he's a small guy, though. He's taking some shots and bouncing off of guys, and he keeps his legs moving. Good vision coming through the hole and seeing where the defenders are, and just keeps on running and protects the ball real well.
Clemson 6 yards from having a 400-yard game on the night. 293 passing, 101 rushing the ball, and chewing clock. 9 minutes to go in the game. And now at the 25 of Tech. This time it's Coleman up the middle. He may go the distance. Touchdown. Dwayne Coleman makes it 31-3, but hold it, a penalty marker down at about the 10-yard line. Let's hold everything.
If the penalty's against Georgia Tech, you can definitely call that run right there by Coleman the nail in the coffin.
So Coleman's touchdown run counts, and it's 31-3 Clemson. That's the third touchdown of the year for Dwayne Coleman. The point after is good. 32-3, the Tigers over the Yellow Jackets. The middle just goes wide open for Coleman.
Wide open, no linebackers in their spots. Defensive ends got pushed out and left a gaping hole for Dwayne Coleman just to shoot through and get the touchdown.
32-3, Clemson. Due to time constraints, we move forward into game action.
This will be good game film for him to look over and coach up when it comes to mistakes. And like you mentioned, that no-huddle offense is hard to defend if you're the #1 defense in the country.
Here's the scoring summary of this game. Too long. We only have a minute left, so it's too long to read. You can scan through it, and I guess it's just all Clemson except right there in the middle. Tech with their 30-yard field goal from Burnett. It's 39-3.
Very important fourth down.
Ball into the end zone, incomplete. And that'll really wrap it up for Georgia Tech as that pass went incomplete. Justin Miller came over to make the play for the Clemson Tigers. It was intended for Xavier McGuire. So the clock at 54. The orange-shirted Clemson faithful really enjoying themselves here at the end of the game. And because so many Tech fans have left, there are maybe as many Clemson fans here as Tech at this moment.
Clemson came out with their purple jerseys on tonight. They hadn't worn those in years, 91 or 92. And the last time they wore them, they got defeated by California, if I'm not mistaken, in a bowl game. But tonight they come out victorious.
Well, that'll erase that. Power I formation is they're just going to take the knee and let the clock run down. And Georgia Tech's not going to call a timeout here. There's no point in that. So we're going to wind down here. Clemson's going to get the victory here tonight by a score of 39-3. And Charlie Whitehurst and the Clemson game plan worked, if not to perfection, nearly flawlessly.
Oh, yeah.
23 of 38, 298 yards, 3 TDs, and then a lot of rushing yardage late in the game. 29 carries for 139 yards. And that's going to be the end of the ball game, and Clemson gets a huge victory, and they are 1-0 in ACC play, and Tech will fall to 0-2 after the loss to FSU and now Clemson. Tech will go up and play Vanderbilt next week, and Clemson will be at Maryland on the 4th of October. 15 minutes of football left at Bobby Dodd Stadium. And those are actually sons of parents. They have parents, those kids there.
That's probably watching this ball game.
That's Johnny. Good grief, Johnny.
That's what college is all about, man. The college experience when it comes to Saturday afternoons are just incredible.
On the 1st and 10, Whitehurst completes it over to the far side of the field to Tony Elliott. and he gets it to about the 43-yard line of Tech, bringing up a second down, short yardage. Jonathan Cox making the play.
Tommy Bowden has decided to continue running the offense that have gotten them where they are right now. Still passing the ball, throwing quick outs, throwing screens, and they're being very successful at everything they're doing.
After a drought of completions, Whitehurst has completed his last 2 now. This is second down 4. Charlie is 21 of 35 for 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. Here's Coleman trying the left side this time. Tech's there to bottle him up. He gets a yard or so, and it'll bring up third down and short. Darrell Smith over there, 51, to make the play for Georgia Tech.
Darrell Smith and Kieran Fox, some names we've been calling a lot for these past few ball games, hadn't really made big plays today because they've been playing on their heels trying to figure out what Clemson's going to do.
So Whitehurst has thrown for 279 yards. Tech has thrown for 184. The total offense is 343 to 214, as you see. This will be third down and 2. Clemson at the 43 for Georgia Tech. Whitehurst, quick out. He tended that ball for Kevin Youngblood. Really good coverage. Was that Jonathan Cox who came up there, 23? Yes.
Jonathan Cox on the call, Bob. Good call. Decided to go underneath for the ball, something that's taught. Do not go underneath unless you get the ball, because if the receiver comes up with the catch, he's going the distance. But luckily for Jonathan Cox, he did make the play and the ball got knocked down.
So Jonathan Smith will stand at his own 10-yard line to take the Chasen punt. Chasen's averaging nearly 45 yards a punt here tonight. And Jonathan Smith's going to let it go into the end zone where it'll be a touchback, and Tech will get it out to their own 20-yard line. And Tech knows they have to get something going offensively and in a hurry. 13:32 to go in the game, down 25-3 to Clemson. Due to time constraints, we move forward into game action. Clemson getting near 400 yards of total offense in this game. 293 passing, 84 rushing. Handoff again. Big opening for Browning. Browning driving to the 25-yard line before Butler gets it.
Young scat back in Browning, 5'7", 180. I mentioned that before. He's not running like he's a small guy, though. He's taking some shots and bouncing off of guys, and he keeps his legs moving. Good vision coming through the hole and seeing where the defenders are, and just keeps on running and protects the ball real well.
Clemson 6 yards from having a 400-yard game on the night. 293 passing, 101 rushing the ball, and chewing clock. 9 minutes to go in the game. And now at the 25 of Tech. This time it's Coleman up the middle. He may go the distance. Touchdown! Dwayne Coleman makes it 31-3, but hold it, a penalty marker down at about the 10-yard line. Let's hold everything.
If the penalty's against Georgia Tech, you can definitely call that run right there by Coleman the nail in the coffin.
So Coleman's touchdown run counts, and it's 31-3 Clemson. That's the third touchdown of the year for Dwayne Coleman. The point after is good. 32-3, the Tigers over the Yellow Jackets. The middle just goes wide open for Coleman.
Wide open, no linebackers in their spots. Defensive ends got pushed out and left a gaping hole for Dwayne Coleman just to shoot through and get the touchdown.
32-3, Clemson. Due to time constraints, we move forward into game action.
This will be good game film for him to look over and coach up when it comes to mistakes. And like you mentioned, that no-huddle offense is hard to defend if you're the #1 defense in the country.
Here's the scoring summary of this game. Too long. We only have a minute left, so it's too long to read. You can scan through it, and I guess it's just all Clemson except right there in the middle. Tech with their 30-yard field goal from Burnett. It's 39-3.
Very important fourth down.
Ball into the end zone, incomplete. And that'll really wrap it up for Georgia Tech as that pass went incomplete. Justin Miller came over to make the play for the Clemson Tigers. It was intended for Xavier McGuire. So the clock at 54. The orange-shirted Clemson faithful really enjoying themselves here at the end of the game. And because so many Tech fans have left, there are maybe as many Clemson fans here as Tech at this moment.
Clemson came out with their purple jerseys on tonight. They hadn't worn those in years, 91 or 92. And the last time they wore them, they got defeated by California, if I'm not mistaken, in a bowl game. But tonight they come out victorious.
Well, that'll erase that. Power I formation is they're just going to take the knee and let the clock run down. And Georgia Tech's not going to call a timeout here. There's no point in that. So we're going to wind down here. Clemson's going to get the victory here tonight by a score of 39-3. And Charlie Whitehurst and the Clemson game plan worked, if not to perfection, nearly flawlessly. 23 of 38, 298 yards, 3 TDs, and then a lot of rushing yardage late in the game. 29 carries for 139 yards. And that's going to be the end of the ball game, and Clemson gets a huge victory, and they are 1-0 in ACC play, and Tech will fall to 0-2 after the loss to FSU and now Clemson. Tech will go up and play Vanderbilt next week, and Clemson will be at Maryland on the 4th of October. Clemson clobbers the Yellow Jackets at Bobby Dodd Stadium 39-3. It was a big night in almost every way statistically for these Clemson Tigers, not only passing the ball but rushing. As you see, 298 passing, 138 rushing. They had the ball only 28 minutes compared to nearly 32 by Tech. That shows you what that statistic means. Tech had 2 turnovers, only 1 for Clemson, and Clemson averaging 6.3 yards per play. So the Tigers go now to 3-1. Tech drops to 1-3. Tech goes to play Vanderbilt next week, and Clemson will play Maryland. Speaking on behalf of our entire CSS crew and my buddy Ryan Stewart, this is Bob Neal saying good night from Bobby Dodd Stadium.